criticizing science because I represent science.
If you're vaccinated, you really don't need to worry about getting it in a way that's serious or transmitting it.
That is true. That is correct, Chris. It'll either protect you completely against infection, and the chances are very likely that you'll not be able to transmit it to other people. The risk is extremely low of transmitting it to anybody else. Full stop. Vaccinated people are clearly capable of transmitting the infection. When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better. If people are not wearing masks, then maybe we should be mandating it. I often myself wear 2 masks.
And I'm quoting you now, at the population level, masks work at the margins, maybe 10%. To hear that they only work at the margins, maybe 10%, would make a lot of people ask, okay, then why was I wearing a mask?
You're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science when you say that this is going to go away tomorrow like magic, when you know that there's no chance it's going to just disappear.
We hope this just goes away, burns itself out.
So my question is, why weren't you straight with the American people about this to begin with?
So the bottom line is, it's a guesstimate. I gave a range.
It seemed in that quote to suggest that you were basing your recommendation on polling and what people could accept. Is that not what you meant?
No, I mean, it's a bit of that.
We're seeing all of these school closures around the country. Is that the right move for children and families?
And I think what's going on right now is generally an appropriate approach. You want to start doing something to socially distance yourself. How dramatic that is, closing schools and doing other things, should be proportionate.
It went too far, that particularly for kids who couldn't go to school except remotely, that it's forever damaged them.
Well, I don't think it's forever irreparably damaged anyone.
The U.S. Surgeon General has called it an urgent public health crisis, a devastating decline in the mental health of kids across the country. According to the CDC, the rates of suicide, self-harm, anxiety, and depression are up among adolescents.
And the record will show, Neil, that we didn't recommend shutting everything down. First of all, I didn't recommend locking anything down. I recommended to the president that we shut the country down. And that was a very difficult decision because I knew it would have serious economic consequences, which it did. Yeah. Because if you look at the people that are politicizing me, there's somebody that all the way over on one level. But there are a lot of other people who look upon me the way they should, as a non-political person that I am. They're not doing it because they say they don't want to do it. They're Republicans. They don't like to be told what to do. And we got to break that. But now is the time to do what you're told.
Where did this virus come from, do you think, today? Did it come from a lab? Was it man-made?
When you have the animal-human interface and you have animals that come out of the wild that are sold at these open, what they call them, wet markets.
Place of origin was not within the market itself.
No, I don't think you could say that.
There's a report today that another intelligence arm of the U.S. government, this is inside our energy department, has joined the FBI in concluding that COVID began with a lab leak in China.
That the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute.
We now know that a bat coronavirus was enhanced in the lab. The National Institutes of Health acknowledged that it funded research of a virus that was studied at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The experiment, unexpectedly, we're told, made a bat coronavirus more contagious than the original naturally occurring one.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans. Right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially. You do not know what you are talking about.
They took animal viruses that only occur in animals and they increased their transmissibility to humans. How you can say that is not gain of function?
It is not. What we're talking about now is the gain of function research in studies that increase predominantly the transmissibility as well as pathogenesis and alteration of host range of the virus.
Nobody's lying here, Senator. It is you. I have to laugh at that. I should be prosecuted.
Ooh, what?
But they're really...
What happy August, y'all? Ooh. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? No. Oh. All right. Good morning and happy August the 1st, y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Guess I don't need this, child. See you. I appreciate you. Hit the like button for me. I'll get it figured out one of these days. I thought I updated it and that would help. Unplugged it and thought that would help. Can y'all hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me get it together. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Shout out to all of y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are normal. If not, carry your ass. But I know you won't. But all views matter, so it's all good in the hood. Watch your mouth because the mods will handle you. Good morning and happy August the 1st to Anthony Fauci because he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong, and now all of a sudden he can't answer any questions. But he most certainly was like, "You better do what you're told. You better do what you're told." You know what he was saying? He was like, "I don't know who y'all think you are, but I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'm going to tell you. You're not going to tell me. I'm going to tell you."
But there are others who had things to say as well. How quickly they forget.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans. And soon, they will be available to everyone.
This vaccine means hope. It will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
I want to go back to work and I want to be able to move around.
To visit with Michelle's mom, to hug her and see her on her birthday.
You know, I'm really looking forward to is going to opening day in Texas Ranger Stadium with a full stadium.
We've lost enough people and we've suffered enough damage.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
So roll up your sleeve and do your part.
This is our shot.
Now it's
Roll up your sleeve and do your part.
up to you.
Woo, who is that? Roll up your sleeve and do your part. Interesting how quickly they be forgetting. But as we know, the internet does not go anywhere. Now, after all this talking and running around the world and telling people what to do and what they need to do as an American, now he don't want to say shit. What's that about? People following him, which I don't agree with. Leave that man alone, right? Leave that man alone. But y'all, not y'all, you know what I'm saying. People out here following that man. You got Harvey Levin over here crying. Oh, look at the way they're treating Anthony Fauci. Anthony Fauci should say something, child, because he most certainly was saying something during this time frame. Now, I know somebody is going to come through and say, it's all Donald Trump's fault. But shout out to Trump for waiting a long ass time before he did anything about it. However, that's not who was saying what you better do, what you gonna do, what you need to do as an American, and all that bullshit. How easily they forget. Like, this shit is not on the damn internet.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Say it was racist if you didn't get the vaccine. Let's hear what Newsmax has to say, because our friend April Chapman was on there. And it says, April Chapman torches media for defending Fauci and Rosie O'Donnell. What Rosie do?
Two-faced, power-hungry, and obsessed with fame. These were the major revelations Republicans say emerged from the personal diary entries of Dr. Anthony Fauci. He then came under heavy fire on Wednesday by...
Damn, they got his diary? Oh, they got his diary?
Invoking the Fifth Amendment over 100 times during a contentious Senate hearing on Capitol Hill, refusing to answer any questions. But of course, Fauci's many apologists in the media painted a much different picture.
All of us owe our gratitude to Anthony Fauci, and many of us may owe our lives.
I love you, Tony. His name is, they was calling him Tony? I forgot that child. Tony! I thought it was Anthony. They said, Tony! Hey, Tony. We love you, Tony.
To Anthony Fauci
And Anthony Fauci owes nothing to Republicans in the United States Senate.
Anthony Fauci don't owe anything to the Republicans, child.
The Fauci thing, just sheer political theater. They shamed themselves. Some embarrassing performances. It was such a clown show.
Watching Anthony Fauci before a congressional hearing taking the Fifth Amendment is just one of the most heartbreaking things I have seen in government in my lifetime.
All right, now let's bring in our panel. TJ McCormick's a syndicated talk.
One of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen in my lifetime. Clearly, I'm not even up on the current events. They reading from his diary. Nigga, how the hell you over here talking about the Fifth Amendment when they reading what you wrote? Shout out to Lawrence. Thank you so much for your generosity, sir, as usual. Wow, appreciate you. He said, that's sick, SOB, son of a biatch, along with Obama in 2014 and Gates. Bill Gates planned this attack when I was in the army. Family, friends, colleagues, churches, celebrities, politicians, force, threatened those. Definitely going to feel God's wrath soon. Fauci requests pardon back in 2014 under Obama and Biden. So he asked for it? Oh, no. Oh, no. You telling me he asked for a pardon? If he wasn't doing nothing wrong, why would he ask for one? Well, then again, you had Marilyn Mosby asking for one, and they ignored her like the play. Is that racism? Child, is that racism? Remember that Marilyn Mosby was begging, along with her girl, I forget her name, begging Joe Biden, the person that they got into office, okay, to give her a pardon for crimes she committed that she's been convicted for. And they did not give it to her. Joe Biden did not give it to her, but he gave it to Fauci, to Tony. He gave it to Tony. Child, but I'm the white supremacist. Hold on. 1 GD minute right here. So you mean to tell me that a black woman went and asked their savior, Joe Biden, for some help, and he didn't do it? But y'all was cutting for that nigga like there was no tomorrow, like he wasn't responsible for the crime bill, mass incarceration for all these black people, particularly black men. Look what he did. Look what he did. Oh, he's a Democrat, child, and he want to run for president. Get him up in there, child. Clyburn, get his ass on up in there. Yeah, we got him on up in there. Now he gonna help the blacks. Yeah, he came up with fake ass jobs. Then as soon as Trump came in and said, child, y'all gotta go because these ain't no real jobs. And y'all want to blame daggone Trump for that? Banana meet the tailpipe. But Fauci ain't got nothing to say now after all this talking. After, child, every day we going to talk about Anthony Fauci from back in the day. That's what we going to call it. Back in the day with Anthony Fauci, okay? Because there's so much and a lot of things that I didn't remember that as I'm looking into it, it's so many things and so many celebrities that was on that shit talking about y'all need to do it. You not an American. You better do it. Herd immunity. I totally forgot about that phrase. Y'all better go ahead and do this. You're not really an American. How could you do this to your fellow man? You're supposed to care about people, humanity, blah, 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 blah. They had no problem letting Anthony Fauci, Tony, and Joe Biden tell y'all what to do. They was telling y'all, you better do it. It's mandated. You can't go here if you didn't get it. You can't go there if you didn't get it. You can't go here if you didn't do it. You can't go there if you don't do it. How quickly they forget. How quickly they forget. Now there's all this empathy and sympathy for Anthony Fauci. Now he don't want to talk. After all that talking that he then pushed so many people into getting, that people still get it today. Haynes, thank you for the hiding jewels. I see you. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Let's hear what April and this man got to say over here on Newsmax.
Radio host and a Republican communications specialist, and April Chapman is the host of Unshakable with April Chapman and a Project 21 ambassador. April, what do you make of the sort of rewriting of how the conversation went with the Senate as it pertains to Fauci? Is it fake news?
If you want an example of what gaslighting and projection looks like, look no further than what you just witnessed from the lamestream media. Notice the standard. They've spent an enormous amount of time doing what I call narrative curation. They are creating a narrative that is trying to convince the American people that Fauci is a hero when so many of us, our lives were devastated by this man's lies and misrepresentation. Then on top of that, when Republicans investigate Democrats, they want you to believe that it's political theater. But when the Democrats have to investigate someone, they're protecting democracy.
Girl, I love that outfit. All right, let me pay attention.
Right. And the Democrats, they all got up from that hearing very early on in the process.
Oh, kind of like, you know, the gerrymandering. When Democrats do it, it's okay. When Republicans do it, it's racist. Ain't that interesting how that worked, y'all? I tell you.
I mean, TJ, they really flipped the script here. We saw Joe Scarborough. He said it was actually the Republicans questioning that was embarrassing, not the answers of Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, no, listen, I had to get sober.
What answers? What answers?
For 21 years ago. I haven't heard this much denial since I showed up at my own intervention.
Okay, good for you.
And if I could have pleaded the fifth that day, I'd have been Fauci times 10. Anyway, thank God I'm still alive today. Yes, no, it is a political theater. And you know what? What really gets me too is it's theater on the part of Republicans, just like April just said. And yet, at the same time, the Democrats, there wasn't one intellectually honest moment for any of them. There wasn't one intellectually honest moment outside of possibly Senator Fetterman, you know, where somebody could have said something about maybe shutting down schools and stunting the social growth and physical well-being of young children who should have been socialized and in school and not masked. No, it was an embarrassing day on all sides for all of them.
Yeah, let's talk about this. Rosie O'Donnell, you know, one of Trump's biggest fans, she was on a podcast hosted by Anna Navarro of The View, quite possibly setting herself up for a defamation lawsuit, actually, from none other than President Trump. Take a look at this.
When I saw he got the Republican nomination, I was positive that he would not win. We were not going to elect the man.
Before she finishes, right? When Trump was running for president the first time, many a persons took it as a joke. Many a persons took that shit as a joke. And I sat there and I said, child, this man about to be president. This is before he even got the nomination. I'm like, because he's a reality star. And the colors like him because, well, before he became Republican, the colors really liked him. And I'm like, plus he's just kind of like normal. He's not that politician that's all polished and you know they lying to your face and they're going to do whatever they want to do behind your back. So it's interesting how it's okay for a polished politician to do it, but not for him, because I don't trust any of them. They all lie as far as I'm concerned, but I digress on that. And then he kept getting closer and closer and closer. And then he got the nomination. I said, see, this was what you get when you play around. You play around like the what's that story I said? Is it the three little pigs that was building the house and the one was playing and y'all thought it was all games, huh? Y'all thought it was all fun and games, huh? Then all of a sudden, that one wasn't ready, which was everybody that was upset, basically Democrats. There's no way anyone would vote for him. Ha 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 ha. Him and that extra dude talking about grabbing by the OPP. Ha 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 ha. Ain't no way. And then it was like, remember election night? You remember in Saturday Night Live? Oh my God, Saturday Night Live was great during that first election, right? And they did that. Everybody was in the room talking about, he's not going to win. He's not going to win. Then they come back 30 minutes later. It's like, yeah, he's not going to win. He's not going to win. Then they came back 30 minutes later. This is the way the scene went on Saturday Night Live. They was like this because they just knew. Thank you, Lawrence. They just knew Hillary had it in the bag. Hillary had it in the bag. That's what happens when you let your foot off the gas pedal or you take something and someone as a damn joke. That daggone man is president because everybody else thought it was a joke and they didn't take him seriously. And then he got in here saying the shit that he said, oh, well, he's racist. Well, he's racist. Well, child, according to what we see on the internet, he wasn't racist before. But now because he's a Republican, he's racist. Then got his ass on up in there. Guys, mad. Everybody mad. Then that's when everybody started getting crazy because they were already crazy. Liberals, progressives, Democrats. Now y'all done create a DSA, crazy And child, instead of focusing on what you need to do, meaning the politicians on the Democratic side, and what you need to do to try to win people over in order to vote for you, you're not doing. You're still focused on him. And y'all so focused on him that y'all not telling anybody anything. Because that's what Cam was doing when she was up there. That's what Jasmine Crockett did when she was up there. Orange man bad, Trump bad. Yeah? How does that help me in my life? It doesn't. But y'all want to sit up here and say that I'm the problem? I'm a white supremacist? No, y'all stupid premises. Stupid with a capital STUPID. Because everything is a game. Again, never thinking about the future. Never thinking about downstream impacts. You just think about the now and then be so emotional. Because I'm like, child, don't let me come up here wearing the Make America Great Again hat. They really going to have a fit, y'all. They really will have a fit if I do that. But come on, Rosie, what you got to say? Because, child, if she hanging out over there with the biatches on The View, I know she ain't got nothing good to say.
When I saw he got the Republican nomination, I was positive.
Wait, didn't she lead a country? Didn't Rosie O'Donnell lead a country? Ain't she ABCD? I feel like I don't know.
Other than President Trump. Take a look at this.
When I saw he got the Republican nomination, I was positive that he would not win. We were not going to elect the man who led an insurrection against the United States, who's a convicted sexual rapist.
Oh, she talking about the second time. I'm talking about the first time. I'm talking about the first time. She want to talk about the second time. That's fine. Go on, girl. Go on.
You can't say rapist, you'll get in trouble. And I can't wait for that female reporter to shut him up the next time he says something. How about a right to his face? You pedophile. Who do you think you are?
A depophile? That's what she's saying? A depophile? Is that what you saying? Ooh. Oh, she did. And she went to Ireland and she back? She back? Why'd she come back? He's still president. Remember all the people that was like the first time? I'm thinking about the first time since we going back in the day with Fauci and everything. Things are coming to my mind. I'm like, child, I thought y'all was leaving the country. Why y'all come back? He president. Why y'all come back? Everybody's supposed to be leaving the country. They still here, child. I'll be so confused. Do y'all mean anything? Do y'all mean anything that you say, or you just be saying shit? Oh yeah, y'all just be saying shit. But oh, Anna Navarro. I thought it was the other one. Child, I forget her name.
That's what I would say to him.
My goodness, April, she seems to have a lot of TDS. George Stephanopoulos said the same thing. ABC had to pay $16 million. Trump has never been convicted of rape. This was the E. Jean Carroll case where it was libel for sexual abuse. That is all. And the civil threshold is much lower than criminal. What do you think should happen to Rosie? She cannot seem to get President Trump out of her head.
Damn, April, you wearing that dress. I love it.
You know, the media culture here is astonishing because can you imagine if a conservative celebrity publicly called Barack Obama or Joe Biden a pedophile without evidence? There would be so much endless cable coverage demanding an apology, accusations of dangerous rhetoric. I hope that Rosie O'Donnell has a huge reserve of assets because I would sue the pants off of this woman. And instead,
well, you know, Trump has no problem with suing people. So, you know, he don't really care for Rosie O'Donnell, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if she's talking to The View, I'm pretty sure, you know, he doesn't. But all these people out here thinking they can say whatever it is that they want to until the time comes when it's like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have said that. But maybe Rosie has money for days because she used to be on The View and she used to have her own talk show. And I guess people liked her. I never liked her. I really don't.
We have Hollywood leftists. They treat these statements as entertainment, knowing how it can lead to radicalization, such as examples of what happened to Charlie Kirk. We've normalized accusing political opponents of some of the worst crimes imaginable without evidence, and she should be held accountable for her words.
Yeah, there's no question. A lot of people have been saying this in Hollywood. I saw the Jack Reacher actor saying the same thing. Something needs to change, I would think.
Yeah, very
Jack
hard times
Reacher.
there. April Chapman, TJ.
I thought Jake Reacher was a Tom Cruise character. Who the hell is Jake Reacher? Do y'all know? Anyway, shout out to April. Yeah, girl, she wearing that dress. I gotta find that. All right, so that's what's going on with our Fauci moment of the day. But please know and understand that this is going to be a regular segment because there's so much to talk about with regard to Tony Anthony Fauci that allowed all the rich people to do what they wanted to do while he told all of y'all what you better do. And many of people went and did it and complied. So if you didn't get the vaccine, shout out to y'all. And if you did, hope all is well. And I promise you, nothing like that is ever going to happen again. Ain't nobody going to put up with that. Moving on. Where shall we go? Let's go see Boyce. Shout out to Boyce. I know a lot of y'all don't like Boyce Watkins. Okay, calm down. It says, he did this whole post here. It says, what would our ancestors from the 40s say about the year 2026? So y'all already know that I'd be like, which ancestor would be so happy to see all the whoredom going down here in the community? All the things that are now accepted, the wanting to go back to segregation after fighting to not have segregation. And then when you get segregation, then you call it racism. Child, you can't win for losing. They got a new person for the Reacher series. All right, so I'm not crazy. I thought it was a character. Anyway. Boise wrote, for generations, we've marched, protested, voted, prayed, and sacrificed. Yet when you look at the numbers, too many of the most important measures of Black quality of life remain painfully stagnant. The Black family has weakened dramatically, with a majority of Black children now born outside of marriage. The median wealth of Black families is still only a fraction of that of white families, and the racial wealth gap has barely changed over the decades. Boys, that's because of racism, child. I don't know where he going with this. Allegedly. Black home ownership still trails white home ownership by roughly 30 percentage points, almost the same gap our parents and grandparents faced. Too many of our neighborhoods are overwhelmed by violence. They There are places where our own children cannot safely play, and our own elders are afraid to walk outside after dark. We know that to be true. Millions of hardworking Black families are still living paycheck to paycheck, one unexpected bill away from financial disaster. I'm tired of watching us celebrate symbolic victories while ignoring economic realities, the thing that really should be concentrated on, but you know, they're going to do what they're going to do, guided by MFers who continue to increase their economic stability while theirs remains the same down here. Well, what the hell do I know? I'm tired of seeing talented Black people spend billions as consumers while owning so little as investors. I'm tired of watching generation after generation inherit struggle instead of wealth. That is exactly why we created the Black Business School. So looks like Boise created a school, but let me go ahead and play his video because I ain't interested in that.
I heard that in 2026, most Black children can't even read at grade level. Baby, after everything we fought for, that can't be right.
I heard that in 2026, our neighborhoods are so dangerous, folks are scared to let their children play outside. Lord, don't tell me freedom came with that price. They told me that by 2026, we'd finally catch up economically. Then they said the wealth gap barely moved. Well, somebody forgot to pass down the money. So you're telling me in 2026, more folks own fancy sneakers than their own homes? Now that's some backwards progress.
I heard these children grow up and many of their grandchildren can't read. We were building schools. What happened?
I heard in 2026, we spend billions every year, but still don't own enough businesses. Sounds like somebody mastered spending before ownership.
They told me families don't stay together like they used to. Honey, strong roots don't grow by accident.
I thought the next generations would inherit opportunity. Instead, they inherited debt. Somebody changed the plan.
I heard in 2026, folks know every celebrity but don't know who owns the bank. That's an expensive hobby.
I heard that.
Oh no, I can't even use the soundboard. Where they do that at? Is that true? Or is Boyce lying? You know what? I should have named it Oppressor versus Clown. Actually, you're right. I should have said Oppressor. My bad. I'm sure there'll be a part 4 and I'll do Clown versus Oppressor. Okay, so thank you for reminding me. I did it wrong. Prince, thank you so much. Bowie said, sounds like bitch ass ninja syndrome to me. Listen. They must be lying. Remember, I'm the one that already asked, what would the ancestors feel like? And lo and behold, look at Boise coming up with this. I believe him and what it is that he put up here. Who's gonna come back here and say, yeah, you guys are doing a great job, girl. You doing a good job, girl. You doing a good job. I don't think so. Let's hear it again.
In 2026, most Black children can't even read at grade.
Well, we did witness that in Philly. Shout out to Philly. And then they tried to make the young man that did the video be the problem instead of facing that the problem is the fact that y'all's kids can't read. When I was younger, shout out to Generation X, my mama wasn't having that. Y'all's mama's too busy trying to go to Miami for the damn weekend so she can whore it up. But that's what y'all support. Shout out to Sexy Red and the rest and spin that. While y'all sitting up here going back to pick out music that we used to listen to. But the part that you can't seem to corroborate there is then you complain about how much money we allegedly have and how easy that we had it. So that means we wasn't fucking off. That means we were working. We don't want to work. All you all did was work. Yes, we worked. And that's why we were where we are now. And y'all are out here whining and complaining. So you want to point out the music and say, but you did it too. Sure did. And didn't become whores. Most of us. Because I'm not going to act like there weren't any. But we didn't become whores and let the rest of the world just burn. We still took care of our families. We still got married. We still cared about our community. And we still did things to make sure that most of your crumb snatchers wasn't out in the damn streets acting like jackasses. How they gonna sit up here? Because Generation X, I got a video I'm working on for the Generation X channel where they still out here complaining, which means that we still got to roast them. Talking about how we not letting go of no jobs and we still working. Well, what the fuck we supposed to do? Oh, be home to watch your funky ass gremlins? Child. Nah, that's all you. Let me let this play a little more.
Grade level. Baby, after everything we fought for, that can't be right.
It's right, Mima. It's right.
I heard that in 2026, our neighborhoods are so dangerous, folks are scared to let their children play outside.
Oh no, they let them play outside, but then God forbid that something happens, and then no one seems to give a damn. And then it's like, oh my God, I can't believe what happened. And then it's like, wash, rinse, repeat. We got to do something about the violence. Nobody does anything about the violence. People like Doogie and Brandon say they don't need anybody's help. They got it all under control. Crime is down. So people want to believe crime is down. Tell that to all the memas and pawpaws that are living to be 70 some odd years old and then get taken out by your crumb snatcher ass gremlin children.
Lord, don't tell me freedom came with that price. They told me that by 2026, we'd finally catch up economically. Then they said the wealth gap barely moved. Well, somebody forgot to pass down the money. So you're telling...
I don't think anybody didn't want to pass down the money. I think that people just don't ask for things. They just follow along with what others say. Because there is some people who are rich and getting richer, richer, richer to this day, playing the same game over and over again. There's a new one, kind of new, that's getting richer, richer, richer every month. His name is Ben Crump. But he's the black people's AG. And a lot of people want to follow behind whatever the hell it is that he say. Because they love him so much because he care about racism and getting rid of, he care about the truth. Okay, all he care about is the truth. And for some reason, they want to follow that nigga and give money wherever he says to give money at. So then that means that's money that you don't have. That means that you actually do have money because you've been complaining for, what is this, 2026? 6 years that you ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. Seems like you do have money. Like I said, you just like to spend money the way that you want to and not for what you need to. And then we'll turn around because, yes, I'm talking about women mainly, even though we got a lot of low testosterone males. Don't get it twisted. We do. But you know, the Democrats are led by women for the most part. Definitely 92% of black women that say that you, sassy straights, the black ones, the coloreds, the brownies, the ebonies, and whatever the FBAs, the non-FBAs, the African Americans, whatever name you want to call yourself, y'all ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. You ain't got shit, and we don't want your shit until they want your shit. Then when they want your shit, y'all got to give your shit up to them. And when you don't, then you hate your mom. Say I'm lying. Ain't that about how it goes? All right, just checking, child.
Telling me in 2026, more folks own fancy sneakers than their own homes?
Yes. We have a high eviction rate, sir. There's a high eviction rate in the community. Now, I know these people like to say it's because of racism. And while some of it may be, most of it is not. People do get denied for racist reasons. And sometimes it comes out. Shout out to Wells Fargo because they are mess.com. I'm not saying it's just them. I'm just saying they got some issues. Ben had some issues. They ain't the only bank in the world. We also have a few black banks that nobody seems to want to go to, but I digress on that. But yes, it's easier just to say, oh my God, it's racist. Just like when you're on a diet or you can't diet and you can't lose weight, call that racist, sir. Make that make sense. Oh, you don't believe me? Hold on 1 second, because it's weird that people applaud this shit.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Yes, sir. They making videos saying that shit when actually it's what you put in your body and through your mouth that's going to make the difference for most people. It may be this many people, maybe it's something different, but for the vast majority, it's what you eat. And since people can't stop stuffing their fucking faces, that would be the reason. And now with Klarna and Affirm and all the rest of them and DoorDash and Uber Eats, you could just have the shit delivered to you. You could pay for it over 17 months. And you could just have a Big Mac meal that costs $30 now, complain about it, still buy it, and then turn around and say that it's racism. It's actually you just don't eat right. That's what it is. Child, what do I know? Keep eating, child. Keep eating.
Now that's some backwards progress.
A little bit.
I heard these children grow up and many of their grandchildren can't read. We were building schools. What happened?
We waiting on Dr. Umar, child. Dr. Umar said, I know he coming with it. I mean, how many years has it been? 17, 16 years. School was already built, like the framing of the whole ass school, because he bought a school. So all he had to do was deal with stuff cosmetically. But for some reason, even though, what was it? A few months ago, y'all said that the school was ready. I ain't seen nothing to say that it's opening for this school year. Remember, I said I would go down there last year, and then he pushed it back to this year. And I'm under the impression it's probably pushed back yet again. Does anybody know? Anybody know the date that the school is supposed to open, since it's supposed to open up now?
How we doing, young kings? Stay focused. Y'all know the rules. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Never.
Black queens forever.
Y'all know the rule. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. I ain't seen that once. All right, that's me. We're running.
Y'all know the rule. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
Y'all know the rule. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Never.
That's what Dr. Umar wanted to be worried about. Who you sleeping with, who you wifing, who you doing whatever with, and make sure that that woman is black. So he's too busy pandering to black women. That's what he's really worried about. Shout out to the guy who opened a school. Child, I forget his name. Y'all know his name. Shout out to him for opening a school in a lot less time than Dr. Damn Umar.
I heard in 2026 we spend billions every year, but still don't own enough businesses. Sounds.
Everybody got a business though. What are you talking about? Everybody got a business. Everybody got a business. Sis.
Like somebody mastered spending before ownership.
They told me families don't stay together like they used to.
Wait. He said people mastered spending. Wait. I can't rewind it. He's right. Definitely mastered spending, but then complain about consumerism while consumerizing, and then worry about what the people at the top are making while helping them make more money by continuing to buy from them. So you understand that even though they say don't go to Target and don't shop at Target and allegedly boycott Asians, they're not teaching you how to save, how to make more money, and how to invest. Not teaching you none of that. So what are you doing? Because even if you put money in the damn bank account for savings, you ain't gonna make shit there. You need to have your money make money for you. But I know that's just crazy talk, because I'm just a white supremacist talking points.
Honey, strong roots don't grow by accident.
I thought the next generations would inherit opportunity.
Sir, you're in the military, and any black person that goes into the military is going into the white man's racist military. And there's so much racism there that they tell their kids, don't go into the military, just because I see him in a uniform, because y'all know I love a man in a uniform. But I'm just saying. So then if you don't have any opportunities, then you can't read, and you live in a place that's, you know, not so great. We have plenty of men in the military here. Shout out to our veterans doing the damn thing, retiring before 40, on a straight and narrow, including my dad and my stepdad. Rest in peace to him. But y'all know, black people don't belong in the white man's military. I tell you, because it's racist there. I want someone to tell me where it's not racist, Bueller. I need somebody to name where there is no racism. Cha. Bueller, let me know.
Instead, they inherited debt. Somebody changed the plan.
That's okay, sir, because now GoFundMe is the answer to everything. Now, even though you gotta wait for it to fill up, because you don't get the national coverage like Carmela did, or the national coverage that Nolan did. For you on y'all's level, you're gonna have to wait till somebody decides that they're gonna go ahead and donate. And then by that time, because for some reason, the people that are telling you what to do don't seem to tell you about life insurance and having it and how important it is. Or God forbid if something should happen to you, that you leave something to your family, specifically your children. But y'all, I know that's crazy talk. White supremacy again. I know.
I heard in 2026 folks know every celebrity but don't know who owns the bank.
Child, they definitely know all the celebrities and fight for them all the damn time, child. Who is it that they be fighting for? Who are they fighting for first? Hold on. Let me see. Because there's so damn many, it don't make no... Sexy Red.
My man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch toes. Pound town, just left pound town. Put your pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga. Oh.
See my man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch.
The standard now is there are no standards. That's what the fight is now for, sir. Just FYI. Shout out to our blue collar workers, even though I think postmen are a federal job, if I'm not mistaken.
That's an expensive hobby.
He cute. All right, it's over. Shout out to Boyce Watkins for that. He kind of answered my question from my video from the Chopped and Screwed. video on which ancestor would be proud of what's going on today. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say not many. Let me go ahead and go over here to, where should we go? There's so much to talk about. Let me go to Ruin Leon. So shout out to Ruin Leon. He has a video that's titled, Dear Black Voters, vote correctly or you're going to go back to the cotton field. Y'all know it. Ricky done already said it. Laura Reed done told y'all that y'all better move to Africa. And the Africans said, keep your black asses over there because they don't want near black person. Shout out to the Tethers. So Ricky has already said, y'all gonna have to leave the country because it's gonna get bad and we're gonna be back in chains. LTM. Y'all, I was scared to be in the elevator with all those white people. And then I had to get a black lady to make me feel better. Imagine being a whole man feeling better because there was a woman that came to help you. Ladies, black women, misandrous. So y'all try to tell me with all this feminism and the misandry and all that shit that you gonna allow a black woman to go to the rescue of a black man? Where they do that at? That don't make no sense. That's not what y'all stand for. You don't like men until you do. Oh yeah, during that special time when you're taking all that pleasure. Any other time is do what I say when I say and don't question me about shit. If you Kevin Samuels, Tariq Nasheed followers don't get behind for what? Go women. Remember? Do what they say. All right? That's your job, sassy straights. So Ricky telling y'all what to do. Low testosterone. You got, what's his name? Funky Dineva telling y'all that you the cancer to the community. What black woman came to y'all's rescue? Who came and refuted all that? Y'all remember that? Sassies, do y'all remember that? All the black women was in the comment section. Yeah, tell them, yeah, tell them, yeah, tell them, Remember that? Remember that? And I said, maybe this is why y'all have issues with relationships, because you're disrespectful to the people that you claim that you want to be in relationships with, that you said are nothing and no good and don't do you right. But look at what y'all do every day, all day on this damn internet. And then you're going to let an ABCDer moonwalk his way on out of there like he's not a black male, excuse himself right on up out of being a black male in the black community. And then y'all going to allow that ABCD, of which y'all can't do nothing with because he's ABCD, let him go and talk negatively about the half of the fucking community, and y'all thought that would work out? So doing that would get them to come and do what you want. That's what you thought. And now that it's coming upon election time, because that's what most of this shit is about right now, you're going to say, y'all got to vote for, insert whoever the fuck they want as a Democrat. Y'all got to vote for it. You better vote for it. And it's going to be better. Or you hate your mama. You think I'm lying? Am I lying? You must be a white supremacist if you don't vote for insert person. However, when the NAACP, National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, because y'all hate that word, colored people, down there saying that as a colored community that's supposed to be helping the colored community, saying go vote for these white people over those black people, because yet again they show and prove who they are. Y'all just love to ignore it. That it's all about politics at the end of the day, because they need to make sure that they get what they get from the Democrats, child, and they got to deliver y'all in order to get it. And y'all try to act like you don't know, or you ignorantly refuse to listen because you say he black, I'm black, so I'm gonna listen to that black, even if that black is taking you the wrong way. But I'm the problem? I'm the white supremacist? I ain't telling y'all what to do. Do whatever you want to do. But when the shit fails, like it always does, and we end up at a list that don't make no damn sense, and yet it makes sense, child, don't blame white people. That ain't got nothing to do with me defending white people. That has to do with me telling you that you be making excuses for the shit that you do. Child, but let's listen to Leon. Shout out to Ruin Leon.
I think it's time for us to take a look at the whiteboard. It's been a while. We haven't really seen too many bombastic ideas, but I think it's a perfect time for right now, all of us, to see what's going on the whiteboard.
It's a GOP war on Black America. And if we don't stand up and fight back, we're going to be back in the cotton fields.
Motherfucker.
Woo, y'all. If y'all don't stand up and fight back, you going to be in the cotton fields. Child, Ricky already said that y'all was going to be picking cotton. Anybody picking cotton yet? Bueller, raise your hand. I'm not. I'm just showing you. Raise your hand. Anybody picking cotton yet? Bueller? All this stupid ass rhetoric that these niggas be saying, trying to scare people. How many times do I say it's about fear mongering? Stoke fear in you. You know, the old Republicans, Donald Trump, and white people, and MAGA people, conservative people. This is going to lead us into clown and the oppressor. Anybody picking cotton yet? Bueller, raise your hand. Anybody enslaved and in chains? Because Ricky said that too. Bueller, raise your hand. Bueller, anybody? Don't forget. Yes. Don't forget this slogan. Where did it go? No voting, no fucking. Vote or die. Vote like a black woman. Anybody in chains yet? Ricky said, "Oh, I'm not making change." Imagine listening to a low testosterone male talk about what you gonna be doing. What you gonna be doing? That y'all need to leave the country. That nigga got more money than most of us. He's still here, still taking that white man's check from that job that he has too. Now you can listen to, who is this? Hank Johnson, child. Who the hell is Hank Johnson? Oh, he over here on Roland Show. That makes about sense. He must be Boule D9. Y'all want to act like that's not a thing. That's okay. We're going to take a look at that today. We got shit to cover today. So buckle up, Buttercup, and be here or be square.
You can't come up with anything else. Not anything else going on in politics right now that should concern a voter. That if they don't vote a certain way, things are going to get worse. You had to immediately go into, hey, black voters, you're in trouble. Because if you don't make the right decision, you're back on the fields. I thought we was...
Why are he talking about reparations? Why he not talking about we need to talk to them about getting reparations? Because this is how it goes. It's like black people are scared to ask for something. Remember when Cam was running? Shout out to the regular smegulars. And they wouldn't think about none of you sassy straights, the black ones. They wasn't thinking about y'all. Then all of a sudden, Obama came out here and said, y'all better get it together because y'all not acting like you like her, like you liked me. Y'all better go ahead and vote for that black woman who's not black, but I digress. Y'all better get behind her the way that you got behind me because I said so. Like he's somebody's father. The man that said, even if you married, you have a man in the house, you need to bring an ABCD into your home to teach your sons, not your daughters, but your sons, not your daughters, but your sons, in case they have questions about ABCDism. Is that why y'all will willingly listen to what Funky Dineva says about the whole ass black men and allow that shit to fly and say, yes, yeah, tell them, child, while disparaging the same people that you end up needing at the end of the day. But again, never think about downstream impacts. Never think about what it is that you're doing that will affect things in the future, because that would require you to use this thing right here between your ears, which too many people just need to get a lobotomy. Shout out to Trinidad when he said that. He is absolutely right. But go ahead.
Supposed to be back on the field in 2016. Then I thought we was already supposed to be back on them. What, 2024? Like, what happened? What happened? Did we delay it? Did we stop it? Did we shield it? What now is going on that has you so convinced that if we don't reach a certain criteria in the voting come the midterms, I and everyone else who just so happens to be black will go, great days never finish. Master got me working. Like, what?
And when I talk about fighting back, I'm not talking about taking up arms. I'm talking about taking it to the streets in protest, and also by exercising our
taking it out to the streets in protest. So this man is probably 70, 80 years old. That's not me being rude because I'm 55, okay? But I do know and understand that there comes a time that it's time to let it go and let the younger people, even if they fuck it up, they'll learn, right? You got to let it go. They don't want to let this power go. They don't want to let this political stuff go. They like to be in power. They like to be in charge, which is what they say. The CEOs and all those people, they're wrong and they're bad because of what they do, because they like power and they want to be in control. But these same people that you're listening to want the same damn thing. I don't know why you don't see it. They get paid from this shit. They get richer. They don't give you no tea on what to do. And you stay in the same damn place. And they tell you it's because of racism. Well, how the fuck did they do it? Do y'all even think about that? Do y'all ever ask any questions? Shout out to questions, because even Ben Crump said, you gotta ask some questions. Ben, I be asking questions, and they be mad because I be asking questions, even though I was asking questions before you said it's okay to ask questions, because I already know you got to ask questions. Over a cliff, child, over a cliff. Shout out to Representative Hank Johnson. Protest, child. Fuck that's going to do. But protest, yeah.
It's just right to vote. We're going to have to get out in November and vote. Like John Lewis said, like our lives depend on it.
Oh, raise your hand if you've ever heard your life depends on it before, Bueller. Every GD election, you got to vote like your life depends on it. You got to vote this most important election of our time. How many times have you heard that, Bueller? How many times have you heard, this is the most important election of our time? This is the most important election of our time. This is the most important election of our time. You see how you use shit too soon and then it doesn't really work anymore? For the intelligent anyway. Child, I thought the last time it was. I thought the time before that 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 it was. I've been hearing that every year since I've been voting. I've been voting since I was 18 damn years old. Every presidential election. It's the most important election of our time. It's the most important election of our time. Child, there's a lot of times that everything is so important, child. This is crazy talk. Is this thing on? Hold on a second. Yeah, it is. My bad. Beats for Days, I appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Oh God, Lord, have mercy. Hold on. ODOGs. O-Dogs. Oh, O-Dogs. Thank you, boo. Thank you for the gold coin. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe if you are normal. Come on, child. What else, Hank? What else?
And I guess if we don't, we all just back in trouble.
Because our lives do depend on it.
What has gone on? I need an explanation from you into what has gone on that has led to this idea. Because you could talk about the various issues that have occurred that might have people in financial strait, in housing crisis issues, and those could be legitimate things to bring to a voter's attention and how they could change depending on who they vote for in the midterm elections. But instead, the soundbite is black voters. Do this or we're back in the fields. Do this or we're back on the slave ship. Do this or we are in trouble. And this message has not gone over well with the people you intended it to reach.
Representative Hank Johnson just came out and said, if Democrats do not win the midterm elections, black Americans will be back in the cotton fields. Are you that fucking dog? Fam, these people, pardon the noise, I'm under the Orlando airport right now. Bro, these people are some of the goofiest people ever.
Not under the airport. Shout out to MCO though.
Right, and if you listen to this bullshit, you deserve all of the bullshit that happens to your dumbass dog. Because how the fuck, okay, cotton field, how? Enlighten me, how? Because as of right now, this is a common scare tactic that they use on lower level, right? And these lower level keep falling for this shit. And then you have a lot of us regular black folks, Hispanics, whites coming out and telling people, how the fuck are they gonna send you back into a cotton farm, right? Cotton field, but you dumbasses do not.
You say send back like we were ever there. I ain't never been to no cotton field, so I don't know about send back. I don't know who they're talking to, because honestly, it's really insulting to begin with. There's a lot of things that these people say that black people should be insulted by, but you know, whatever they willingly want to ignore, they just willingly ignore it and just act like it's all good in the hood. Child, you like it, I love it. If y'all like it, I love it, child. It's not my job to get you to do anything. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. You're a whole ass adult and know and understand that your results are yours. Period, point blank. Shout out to Prince. Thank you, boo. He said, remember Dem's slogan years back, vote or die. Yes, Diddy. When everybody loved Diddy. Diddy was a part of that. Vote or die. Shout out to Diddy. Good luck to that man. Oh, yeah. And happy August the 1st, if I didn't say that. Another month down, 7 months down. We're in the 8th month. I always say, if you're still in the same spot, what the fuck are you doing wrong? I mean, if that's where you want to be, that's where you want to be. Sitting up here fighting fights that ain't got shit to do with you. They ain't going to change your life at all. You're still going to be stuck in the same place. Good luck to you. Talk about it on TikTok. We love it. Shout out to Content for Days. Yes, I do remember vote or die. Again, shout out to Diddy. Hopefully, I think his shit got moved up. He might be out sooner if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. But, you know, whatever. I don't know if they love Diddy, you know, because typically sassies, they love you once you are deceased or you are a criminal. Never forget. Deceased, criminal. Any other time, do what I say, when I say, how I say, at the time I say, or you don't love your mama. Okay, that's what it is. And you imagine, like I said before, if these heifers went this hard that they going for Carmelo and for Nolan, rest in peace to both of them. rest in peace to Nolan, and good luck to Carmelo. I think he got a new hearing, if I'm not mistaken, right? They put this much energy, half of this energy, into relationships. It'd be a completely different story for Black people. But it's more important to disparage y'all, talk about y'all, tell you what to do, that y'all don't do it, and then say that you are the problem, and then allow LTMs to tell them that Black men are the damn problem. But anyway, come on, chat.
Listen, like, what the fuck, fam? Now I see why it's so easy to control a lot of you. Because y'all just bring up some shit that never could fucking happen. Y'all never seen happen, dog. Like, okay, as of right now, how are they gonna get all the Black Americans to go do that? And only Black Americans? What about us Haitians? What about the Jamaicans? What about everybody else? Only Black Americans? Like, bro, come the fuck on, bro. Fam, I remember whenever they said, if you vote for the Republicans, you're gonna be back in slavery, back in chains, and all that other shit. Fam, the only chain that I've been in is a Cuban link that I purchased not too long ago. Like, fam, what the fuck be wrong with y'all, dog? And there's actual people who believe this shit. Dog, this is exactly why I said, man, I'm not even gonna keep saying that. Fam, during the whole slavery time, right, there was people that wanted to get off the plantation, which is us conservatives and independent thinkers, and then there is these goofballs that are like, it's just kind of nice over here. We get 3 square meals a day. We get this, we get that. Yeah, they might beat us half to death. Yeah, they might put everybody else in front of us. They might play in your butt. But, you know, at the end of the day, they feed us. They give us these free programs. Like, bro, come the fuck on, bro. Fam, growing up, the way that everybody, like the way that the Black community used to always tell me about their leaders, the people, their ancestors and whatnot, they would not be going for none of this bullshit. Y'all love to say we're not our ancestors, but y'all keep falling for the bullshit, dog.
And because of that, you have to now erase that off the whiteboard, because random acts of protest didn't work. Stopping people and demanding that they care about your cause while they're trying to navigate their job descriptions while being at work didn't help. Putting on a front outside of an ICE detention center didn't work. Hassan in Cuba didn't work. And now the racial fanfare of guilt tripping is back on the table, and it didn't work. You have got to come up with ideas or words that will actually hit home for the voter. Creating panic will only ensue more stupid people to believe that, you know, maybe it will get worse, but who cares? I'm living comfortable right now, so what does it even matter? I know it sounds very boring, but you got to hit the ground running with actual issues that the voters could help change with them voting for insert politician here or insert group here. You're not going to instill a lot of confidence by trying to instill fear in a lot of people, because the last time y'all tried that didn't fucking work. And what did y'all blame it on? Not wanting to support Black women. So can we please, as we get closer and closer to November, actually come up with ideas and speeches that will hit home for the voter?
No. Ruin Leon, I don't know what your problem is, because I know you know what a TI is. So you better go on somewhere and stop talking this white supremacist talking points, okay? They don't care. They just like to listen to famous people. They like to listen to people that allegedly run the community. Nothing changes for them. Wash, rinse, repeat. But anyway.
No, very boring. It's not stylish. It's not curvaceous. Maybe bring in some big titty Latinas and tell them vote so that you can do something that will entice somebody instead of these stupid little gimmicks, because they don't work. They don't have a good success rate. And then once we go past the midterms, and maybe let's live in pie in the skyland for a moment, we go past the midterms and they fail and they don't get their preferred out.
And they don't talk to you anymore until around time for the next daggone election. And then here they come. Hey.
Come. What? Are you going to dress up like a slave and say, see what happened? See why you didn't vote for me? That's just going to make you look fucking stupid. That's going to make you look like you're trying to get attention. It's not a good idea. It's not a good campaign. It's not a good political strategy. So please, I'm begging, find a different way to
It's worked so far though, Leon. I mean, we have to be honest. It has worked very well. I think, in my opinion, up until Cam. It's worked very well up until Cam. So it'll be very interesting to see what these midterms are about. And while the trolls don't want to believe it, they can believe whatever they want. I know the play. It's been the same play over and over and over again. Just like this old man talking about they're going to have you back in chains. It's all fear. It's always about fear. That's why people like Ben, not only for money, but the rest of them jump on these tragedies. And then they say, look at the white people, look at the racism, look at the racism, look at the white people. Then it will be Republicans, conservatives, blah, 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 blah. That's why you don't want to vote for them. You want to vote for Democrats. They get their Democrats in, then they get what it is that they need, and they go on and make more money, and y'all still in the same damn place, found the same damn people that ain't helping you one damn bit and don't give you a damn thing. But y'all like it. I love it. Moving on to some white people stuff, because y'all love to talk about, you don't talk about white people. What do I need to talk about white people for? Let me go ahead and talk about some white people now. Usually it's white women we talk about that be low mess than y'all's kids, but I digress, all right? Emerald Booking, whoever that is, says, where's the outrage? Black celebrities fund $175,000 reward as the white community stays silent. So let me ask you a question. Why do y'all care about white people so much? You worry about, you don't talk about white people for fucking what? I don't give a fuck about white people. I'm not white. But y'all don't see it that way. That's not how you see it. You think that I'm being negative to black people. I'm not making shit up. This all comes straight from the blogs, and y'all don't have shit to say to none of them, and you follow them faithful fuckingly. You follow them because they're celebrity in your eyes. You follow them faithfully. You don't like to acknowledge what is in your fucking face. This is what y'all be putting out here on the damn internet. This is what y'all want the world to know. So now whoever Emerald Pages is saying that the white people aren't outraged. I feel like there's more white people outraged than Asians, but y'all like to ignore the obvious shit in y'all's face. I identify, child. I identify as a black woman phenotypically, child. Y'all let that shit fly in y'all's face. Y'all let that shit fly in y'all's face because y'all need a win because you are so focused on white people. And you want to be able to say, see, like a kid. This is what kids do. They be trying to get a one-up on somebody and say, hey, nanny boo-boo. Y'all remember that? Shout out to Generation X. Nanny boo-boo. That's what y'all want. That's what y'all want. That's what y'all live for. That's why you be sitting up here worrying about what the fuck white people be doing. They ain't fucking bothering me. What the fuck are you looking for white people to do here? You got Nancy Grace. Y'all said you was boycotting white people based off of what Ricky said. Now it's where's the outrage from the white people? You got Nancy Grace in here to help y'all. You got all the white liberal, not all of them, but you got enough white liberal women out here ready to do whatever because they just chaos creators too.
What kind of shit is that?
Man, Zay, you so crazy. Is that a wig? I didn't even know. Nancy Grace wear a wig, y'all? I didn't know that. Anyway. You had all the white people's attention after 2020 with George Floyd. Y'all had white people everywhere. Everywhere. White people was ready to go. Oh, poor black people. Oh my God, I didn't know. They had to see what happened to George Floyd. Rest in peace of George Floyd. They saw it. They was down. Tell me about child at work. Tell me about what happened to you. I'm like, bitch, get out of my face. Get out of my face. How about that? You got a fucking phone. You know where the library is. Get out of my face. I'm not your storyteller, okay? Carry your ass somewhere else. And they was out here ready to give up money, give up ducats, support, give you raises, give you jobs. Child, if no one took advantage of that time, I don't know what to tell y'all, right? I know everything right now is Donald Trump's fault. I know, I get it. But at that time, white people was white people in for black people all over the damn place. Say I'm lying. It was ready and willing. We got you blacks. And they said BIPOC. What does that stand for? Let me see what that stands for. I forget what that stands for. Hold on a second. Where my chat GPT? I need a name for my chat GPT. They's like, oh, do you want to have a name? I should name it Tether. What does BIPOC stand for? I'm gonna bring it over here.
Thanks for the tip.
While I'm waiting, shout out to News Ticks. I appreciate you, Boo. He said someone on this press tour should ask Nolan's mother to name his friends. That's like asking them to do something when Cam was out on her tour, and the only time that she got any hard-pressed questions was when she went to see the dude at Fox. I forget his name. Other than that, nothing. It's all softball questions, which we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to it. Shout out to Jay Gray, my fave. Thank you, Boo. He said, I thought the 90+% was gonna shut the F up, Messy. Ain't shut the fuck up since they said they was gonna shut the fuck up. Not one shutting the fuck up at all. BIPOC stands for Black and Indigenous people, while also including other non-white racial and ethnic groups. Black, Indigenous, and people of color. You know what that means, Black people? That means that everybody is included. That means everybody is included except for white people. So now they get to come on in. They said, come on in, child. We're going to change it to BIPOC. Remember when the white women got together to help Cam to raise money for them? And that weird ass, pain in the ass white lady who talked like everybody's 3 months old. We have to use our, what did she say? We had to use our power, our privilege. White woman, we have to use our privilege to be able to help the colors. Now, she didn't say colors. I'm saying colors. But she said, we have to use our privilege to go and help the BIPOCs as BIPOCs. Probably saying that she a woman, so she's like, oh, we included too. Because y'all allow people to come in for every damn thing. Y'all, well, how am I going to listen to people that can't even control their own shit? Now they all up in the shit. And they end up voting for their husbands with their husbands. And then you be like, how did Donald Trump get elected again? That's not what y'all said. Y'all here believing white people, and then 2 seconds later they racist, and then 3 seconds later they your people, and then 5 seconds later they BIPOC, and then 10 seconds later they're okay. Y'all, that's too much selective outrage and individualism based off of who the fuck it is that you decide to like. Nobody got time for that. That shit don't work. Works for y'all though. If it works for y'all, good luck to y'all. It don't work for me. So I'm not sure why you think that white people are supposed to come out here and do anything. What the white people are doing, which are the people that are involved with this Nolan Wells stuff, is trying to protect themselves, their livelihood, and their families. And y'all act like that's racist, that someone would protect themselves. That's crazy. That's actually wild to think that someone who allegedly is being accused of something, which technically they really haven't been by the people that matter, meaning the oppressor, the police, the detectives, the DA, whoever. And y'all just out here accusing them, and now they're getting these threats, and now they go to protect themselves, and now y'all saying that's racist. So they should just sit there and take it, right? I guess that's how so many DV relationships end up being what they are, because y'all just decide, well, shit, I should just sit here and take it. When I tell you, you should get out the first time some dumbass touches you. Y'all want to stay and change them. Y'all want to go have children with them. Y'all want to go ahead and create a life. And then you want to live 10 kids later. Then that nigga take you out. Allegedly. Then you say, I didn't know. I didn't know. Then the fucking rap sheet comes out of child anyway. So Emerald Book says, where's the white outrage for Nolan Wells? $175,000 in reward money pooled by black celebrities and civil rights leaders. What's LeBron say? Because Ben said now that LeBron is coming to Philly, that y'all need to get your minds back on Nolan. He said, your black AG, get your mind right and keep your eye on what's going on with Nolan and nothing else. That's what Ben said. That's what Benny said. But you know, LeBron always typically come out here and be talking about these issues. How come, is he said anything? Because I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Not that he's required to, but usually y'all be worrying about all these celebrities and what they do. Honestly, I'm surprised y'all don't say, Kim Kardashian, can you help? Ciao. Why? Because 18-year-old Nolan Wells vanished. His body was recovered and the white community has responded with a deafening silence. Well, with all the racism, that should not surprise y'all, right? What? It's the Deep South. It's Mississippi. It's where Emmett Till got taken out. It's where Medgar Evers got taken out. And now you talking about why the white people ain't helping out? Y'all sitting up here telling them that they all racist and that they lying, and you're accusing these people with no proof and you have no right to. And then you're saying that everybody is racist down there, including the oppressors, even though the Walmsleys was leading a very good life, including Nolan. But there's so much white supremacy down there. It's all racist down there. Child, they was definitely having a good life down there in racist ass Mississippi. I ain't had no problems when I was down there, praise the Lord. It says the facts don't add up. His phone and keys were brought back to the shore. He didn't leave them. We've debunked that. We know why that is. Witness statements directly contradict each other. Well, I guess, whatever. It took 6.5 hours to notify his mother. But yeah, notice that it says notify his mother and not that his mother notified anyone. But, you know, I digress. His digital footprint was scrubbed, allegedly. Nothing proven to date. Nobody looked at anything to date, even though they are allegedly finally saying something to the social media people to try to get that information, because just because she said don't mean it's true. What is it that you can prove? That's his phone. So y'all think that she was regularly looking at that boy's phone? Pretty sure she wasn't. But But then it says, yet the local white community rallies around the accused families. They trust the system. They feel no urgency. This isn't passive silence. It's active indifference. To Black America, our children's lives matter. Oh, do they? We will keep screaming into the void until justice is served. Oh, Black Lives Matter? Hold on, pause. Hold on, pause, child. I'm glad you said this. I'm glad you said this. Let's see. Well, these aren't kids, but this is stuff that they probably are seeing. I haven't looked into anything going on in Chicago lately, but let's look at this. This definitely will influence your kids. It says Chicago residents say prostitution problem has returned near Midway Airport. Oh no.
Garfield Ridge residents demanding something be done about prostitution and drug activity returning to their area. We have covered this story before. Neighbors saying they've been noticing it along Cicero Avenue near Midway Airport.
They're considered BIPOC. Y'all allowed them in, BIPOC. Don't get mad, BIPOC. Y'all allowed it.
They say, and this is very yucky, they are finding used condoms, syringes, and other evidence of illegal.
No, we talked about somebody where they was doing the same thing. Maybe it was Portland, Seattle, or Portland or something. And that mayor is just allowing it to happen. She don't give a damn. Shout out to the socialists.
Illegal activity in residential areas. It was a problem last year. Those complaints were heard.
No, maybe it was this one.
Police did help things get under control there, but that did not last. Residents held a press conference last night
I know that's not
urging city leaders to step in.
In this neighborhood for 40 years, over 40 years, and I have kids now that are teenagers growing up.
It doesn't matter, sir. What are you talking about? Is that that's a shirt for ChatGPT, ain't it? Ain't that their logo?
Cues are later, and when they see the activities that are going on, that's a bad influence on them, especially as they're starting college. You know, we don't want them going into other areas that are not so pretty.
Residents are calling for increased police patrols.
Not the oppressor. No, defund the police. Remember, they ain't got time. They ain't got time.
Surveillance cameras and a police station in that area.
Remember when Brandon took out Shot Spotter so that they could know when something was going on and they could come sooner? Child, he said, nah, we ain't got time for that. Anyway, let's go back here because they care about your kids. So Tyler Perry, which I'm working on something for Tyler Perry, and you got Terrell Owens, and then you got the biggest grifter of the year, the last decade or two or three, Al Sharpton. They love the kids, they love everybody, and they love the Black community. Shout out to them. Worrying about white people yet again. Let's go over here to these white people. Black Millionaire says that Ben Hudson, the father of Warren Hudson, child, are we supposed to know their names? Their last names? Described as one of Nolan Wells' closest friends, whose mother is a judge, said his family plans to sue attorney Ben Crump for defamation. Discovery for this lawsuit would be very interesting. Ben Hudson, the father of Warren Hudson, said his family plans to sue civil rights attorney Ben Crump for defamation and slander over public statements made during the investigation into Nolan Wells' death. Hudson accused Crump of creating a false narrative that subjected Warren and other young people connected to the July 4th trip to threats and harassment. He also accused Crump and Reverend Al Sharpton of exploiting the tragedy for political and financial purposes. Crump denied the allegations and said his focus remains on determining what happened to Nolan and Ruiz now, and Carmelo, and those other two people that he had up there, and whatever the hell else that he was doing beforehand. Shout out to Ben, child. He cannot sleep. Ain't no way he can sleep. Warren, whose mother is Mississippi Chancery Judge Ashley Cole. Why she got a different name? Are they not married? Anyway,
This is amazing.
was among the group with Nolan on Horn Island before, excuse me, the 18-year-old disappeared. Nolan's body was found 2 days later. Authorities have not announced criminal charges and the investigation remains ongoing. Hudson has also offered a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction connected to Nolan's death, saying his family wants answers as well. So when the blacks offer money, it's okay. It's good. When the whites offer money, it's bad. It's bad. Now, didn't the last story just say, where the white people at? Where the white people at? They ain't got nothing to say. Here the white people trying to do something. That's a racist. That's a racist. That's really what a synopsis to. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. And please understand and know that many of people can see this. Just like if those boys try to come to the funeral, they be damned. They didn't go to the funeral out of respect. They're damned. There's no winning. So why bother? And that is the way that many of people are starting to think. Now, I know y'all don't see it, so I'm letting you know. Don't say nobody told you. I'm telling you, because I know the trolls are here. Shout out to y'all. All views matter, okay? White people helping, you don't like it. You just said where the white people at? Here the white people, you're still mad. Shout out to Dadisha. Page 411 in the code. If it don't make sense, it must be in the code, okay? Anyway, so that's what's going on with him. But here's the thing about this real quick is that TMZ has already said that it is proven. Now that's what TMZ has said, and we listened to it, that Nolan was still on the island closer to 6. If these boys were gone and in the boat at 4:30, how the hell could they have anything to do with it if he was still on the island at 6? So social media people are not like putting that together, so they still want to go after these guys, talk about their stories don't match and all that other stuff. This is what happens when you just follow people blindly and you don't ask questions. If it's been reported that he was seen and he was still on the island at 6 and they left at 4:30 and they got towed back, why are you still saying that they had something to do with it? So anyway, moving on. Let's go to Angry Man. Shout out to AM, my friend, Angry Man.
Man, y'all gotta relax, bro. Y'all got to relax, like for real. Y'all gotta relax, man. Y'all be talking about things that's just not realistic at all. Just not realistic.
Shout out to Angry Man. So this is his video that he did of Clown L, of which I did one. I have another one pending about to come out too, because he's full of sugar honey iced tea. But again, I love how Black people can call this person out, but forgive this person. Oh, you know what? While I'm doing this, let me go ahead and I'm gonna do a ChatGPT search that I'll be ready for y'all when this is over. So Angry Man did this. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. Shout out to AM if he is listening. It says DL Hughley just became everything he accused Officer Tatum of being. Oh no.
DL Hughley, you're a comedian, not a politician, not a political pundit. Ooh. We are so sick and tired of your political takes, brother. So, have y'all seen this situation that's been going on between DL Hughley and Officer Tatum?
Yes.
Press a 1 in the chat if y'all have seen this foolishness. So, for those of you that haven't seen it, let's check out some of it. Let's check out a little bit of it.
This is Brandon Tatum.
Y'all just see what unfunny ex-comedian DL Hughley just said about me. Post a picture of me and my wife. To do what? To be a racist? You are the lamest dude in all of comedy.
What is more lame than calling yourself the job you used to have? You're not an officer anymore. You were a football player who failed to be a football player. You didn't make the team, so you became an officer. That wasn't working out, so you became an influencer. You talk about emotion. What is more emotional than this? The word.
He's talking about, so your career didn't work out, so you became an influencer. Is that not what the Black Cindy Brady did, Bueller, after she was fired? Is that not what ABCD Lemon did after he got fired, Bueller? Is that not what Joyless Reed did after she got fired, Bueller? But it's a problem when Tatum does it. Okay.
You cried for a white dude who the people didn't even think you worthy to speak at his funeral. You said you wouldn't cry for your son, but you cried for him. That's not emotion. You talk the way Benjamin Crump talks.
Just want to blame white folks. And so I go out there because I know that lame Al Sharpton and Mr. I can't read Benjamin Crump is just race hustling, y'all.
You talked about how those boys are innocent. You had proof. Now, I don't know whether they're innocent or not. I don't know what happened there. But I know one conversation with a failed football player and a social media influencer is not the predicate. You don't have any toxicology report. You don't have an autopsy report. You talk about Black people acting.
He ain't got it either, but he most certainly is saying that those white boys, because it's Mississippi and Emmett Till, which what the hell does that have to do with anything? Rest in peace to Medgar Evers and Emmett Till. but child, to bring their names up just to stoke fear into Black people in order to get them to do what the hell it is that they want them to do, i.e. vote Democrat. Rules for thee, but not for me. Typical bullshit.
But neither do you. Y'all realize he's defeating his own argument, right?
Shout out to AM. Exactly.
Because you literally just said you don't know if those boys are innocent or not. So if you don't know if they're innocent or not, why are you mad at his opinion? If you don't know, you said, see, this is what happens when you try to be politically correct, right? Don't be politically correct. If you think those white boys are guilty, stand on that. But see, you trying to be politically correct, DL Hughley. So if you're going to say, I don't know if they're innocent or not. Well, if you don't know if they're innocent or not, why are you so upset at Officer Tatum's opinion? That don't make sense. Now, before any of you try to come at me with the I don't think those white boys are innocent. I don't think they're innocent. It smells fishy to me, no pun intended. Something's not right about that situation.
Fishy because of the water. We call it poopy water, AM.
And if I had to guess, they hiding something, right? But Officer Tatum is entitled to his opinion the same way you're entitled to your opinion, DL.
Now, you know, AM, that if you go against the code, then you're not allowed to have your own opinion. So we know how that goes. Shout out to D's Ray of Sunshine. I appreciate you for the Sunday boo. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone that is here. There's 490 people amongst all the live streams. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are normal.
Hughley, like that's real. If you're gonna sit there and say you don't know if they innocent or not, then why are you mad at his opinion? And in addition to that, you're gonna sit there and say you don't have no toxicology report, you don't have this, you don't have that, you ain't got no evidence. Neither do you. Neither do you.
Black people are right to talk or to be suspicious of a state that just killed a 1-year-old boy and nobody's being brought to account.
Here we go. Here we go. There you go. Did he not? And listen, rest in peace to that baby. I guess he forgot about the mama holding the baby up in the midst of all that and her with all the money at the end. That doesn't mean anything, but child, if she ain't concerned with it, the hell do you think the rest of the people are supposed to do? I feel like she got what she wanted. Allegedly, but that's what it seems like to me up here on the gram flashing all this money, child. Anyway.
Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that has been poisoning black people with the water since the 1960s. Black people didn't look for this fight. They want justice. All they want is accountability. And if it's those boys, it should be that. Nobody has a predetermined notion.
So DL says if it's those boys, then it's that. But Tatum said it's not those boys and it's a problem. The hypocrisy, child. The hypocrisy. Oh, Lord. It'd be funny if it wasn't remedial. Shout out to Big Weed. Shout out to Big Weed. Thank you for the gold coin. I appreciate you, boo. Come on, child.
I don't know what happened. But if you're saying that Al Sharpton and that Benjamin Crump are on one side, you're certainly on the other. You talk to them for 2 days and all of a sudden you know if they're guilty. You know if they're innocent. You know that. Your name is, your moniker is Officer Tatum, not Detective Tatum. You didn't make your way to detective. You're an influencer who says what white people want you to say. And don't you find it interesting?
Don't you love how it's supposed to be some insult that he's an officer? Well, you're a comedian, so what? It's like it's all bad to be an officer. What are we talking about? You just say what white people want you to hear. Well, you say what black people want you to say. Are we missing that part? Because remember, in our research of DL Hughley, remember when his daughter said that his friend allegedly essayed her, and he said he didn't believe her. Y'all okay with that, colored community? That your boy here chose his friend, his male friend, misandrist, over his daughter, misandrist? Y'all okay with that? You can forget all that. You forget that he was over there with Don Imus, who was very conservative. And if MAGA existed, I would consider him that he would be MAGA. He did now. When he was over there talking to good old Don Imus, and he talking about the nappy-headed hoes, he chiming in talking about the nappy-headed hoes, meaning black women. Y'all okay with that? How soon they forget. Your man's here had to be this way in order for y'all to accept him, and it works. Because all he has to do is say Trump is bad, and y'all fall in line, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, he did say those things. Lest we not forget that he has a black ass wife. No shade against her at all, because she is saint. And he cheated on his black ass wife with another black ass woman. No offense against her, but I'm sure she knew he was married, and got her pregnant. And he wished for that baby not to be here. Y'all forgot about all that? Y'all forgot about all that with Clown here? But as long as he's saying Trump is bad, forget all that. But make sure you keep saying Trump is an 85 count felon. Pick and choose, selective. Tadisha, where's that, girl? Where's at? Because I'm confused. I'm the white supremacist. This one is playing in your face. Been playing in y'all's face. And since most of the party is women, black women, and y'all know damn well, strong, independent, don't need a man, get behind black women, do what we say, y'all ain't shit. You allow Funky Dineva to talk about men, you support it. This nigga talking about black women, y'all can forget all that and say, go DL, he care about the black community, yeah, because he wants you to listen to this black ass show on the white people's network. But y'all, revisionist history.
That they chose to speak to you, and they chose to speak to you for the same reason that you're a conservative, for the same reason Turning Point.
Kind of like when Cam only talked to Democratic people, and then the one time she talked to the other side, because I guess she just felt she didn't need Republicans to vote for her, or anyone who maybe even was independent to vote for her in order to try to ensure a win. It's just better just to ignore them because they're just racist. That's a great strategy. Can't wait to see how y'all do it again this time. And if you think that all the shit that has been going on in the last couple of years is going to help y'all, meaning the Democrats, liberals, progressives, and DSA, the socialists, let me just call them the socialists. But then again, the Democratic Party is having an issue for those that don't matter. I don't want to get all into it because now they're saying, oh no, don't vote for these Democrats, vote for these Democrats. Fracturing. Because these people want to give away too much. And these people say, no, they're not the right people because you know why? They won't be in control. That's why it's a fight within the Democrats right now. It's because the old heads, all in, not just black people, all in, don't have the control no more. Because the socialists are coming in, because Generation Z is lazy AF, whole different live stream, because they don't want to work and they want someone to take care of them like they did during C-19. So they're going to vote for socialists, even though it's not really good, but let them do what they want to, child. That means these people don't have the control if they vote for these people. That's why you now have Joyless Reed saying, don't vote blue no matter who. So y'all gonna act like you never heard that that slogan before? Vote blue no matter who. Vote blue no matter who. Because then it didn't matter because they was all together. Now they mad at James Tallarico. Child, I'm not going through that. That's another live stream. All right, AM. Thank you, sir. Let's move on, chat. Let's move on to this nigga right here. This nigga right here. Y'all love him too. Boycott Target. I told y'all to boycott Target. Sell your Target. Stop. Sell your Target. Stop. This man running around here with his wife half naked, allegedly, with that skin tight. Shout out to her. She looked good. Let's not get it twisted. She looked good. However, he told y'all, if you jealous of the way my wife looked, then you need to divorce your wife and get a better one. You married to a hood booger. Y'all okay with your pastors talking like that? Cool, I understand. Whatever, y'all like it. Y'all like it, I love it. Y'all like it, I love it. While he taking pictures in front of his Bentley, his Rolls Royce, and doing this and doing that with all the money that they got. Hey, in that big ass church that didn't have more issues than a little bit. Not necessarily under him, just pure point blank. But child, shout out to Jamal. What is he? Is he a Kappa? Let me see. Rolly is an Alpha. I think Jamal is a Kappa. What is Ben? I think Ben is a Kappa. If you took a look at what's going on with your leaders, they're all D9ers. And they report to the Boule. And they do what the Boule tell them to do. That's where they get all their power from. They're going to go ahead and get y'all to follow and do. And then they get all the benefit. And then y'all get to sit there and say, you don't never do nothing for black people. You don't never do nothing for black people. Where are reparations? Well, they don't want to talk about reparations. When have you heard them go to even Obama and talk about reparations? Remember, Al just said a few months ago, we got to get the right people in there. Nigga, you've been talking about voting for these people for forever, and you still ain't got the right people in there, and y'all still gonna follow him? So y'all still gonna follow him? It's not about money. It's not. Woo, Lord help your people, child. It's always about green. It's always about green. Believe what you want. You can see all your leaders. Most of them are first generation millionaires. My bad. There are first-generation millionaires. Enough of them are not even from here, technically. Tethers. Shout out to the Tethers. We like some Tethers around here. I'm not saying Jamal is one. I'm just saying he over here making hand over fist. He over there saying whatever it is that you want. They're like, yeah, He wasn't even in charge of that daggone boycott thing. They put him in his place real quick, didn't they? Have y'all heard any updates on the Target boycott, child? Bueller? How the hell you gonna want somebody to fucking boycott and you don't give no updates? How you want somebody to boycott some shit and what the fuck is going on? Y'all don't give no updates. The only time, last time I heard something is when this nigga said the shit was over, because I'm gonna go ahead and go on a limb and say he got what he needed. Fuck y'all, because that's how it typically works. They just don't come out here and say it to you. They win the elections, of course, but anything else, they just be like, do what we say, child. Just go ahead and do what we say, because y'all don't ask no questions, and y'all think it's racist to ask questions. God forbid somebody ask a question before they do something. This nigga got all the answers. What does it say here? Jamal Bryant, Tuesday will make a month. I'm not seeing enough motion. Needs to justice for Nolan Wells needs to be direct and swift. Y'all please slack up applying pressure. Wait, y'all please slack up applying pressure. I don't know what that means. So he says in his little video here, warrant should be issued today for Wyatt, Warren, Bart, Evan, Jax, Eric, Morgan, Trayston, Katie, Grandpa, Judge Ashley, all the parents, and everybody on the boat. Am I missing anyone? What the fuck is this? Half of these names I ain't even heard of. He just saying, go on out here and arrest everybody. You colors all riled up to say, yeah, he fighting for us. Look at him go. Oh, yeah, yeah, you go, Jamal. I'm going to give you something extra in a plate this Sunday, boo. Yeah, Jamal, he for us. He for us. He just jumped into this shit. What, last damn week? Because it's an opportunity yet again to get in on what's going on, because the only time people care about Black males is when they are deceased or they are criminals. Let's go ahead and start using this. That's not me, that's them. Let's do it with Carmelo. Let's do it with Cyrus, I think his name was. Wash, rinse, repeat. What is his name? George Floyd, child. All of them. Always some Democrats involved. Always this Democratic side of people involved. And what happens at the end for all of y'all that's out here fighting? Support these people. You should. They should be supported, okay? They should be supported, okay? However, it seems like it always comes with a give your money to. Now, you got to give your money to him, of course. Then you got to give your money to them. And then you got to go out there and fight. And then you got to do the protest. And then you got to be on the internet now and be detectives, accuse people. And now that the other side is sick of y'all shit and they want to say, nah, we're going to start handing out some defamations, of which one person has been arrested for taking on up out of here threats. And then the other one has been had a cease and desist sent to her. She says she don't care. Can't wait to see how that works out. She says she ain't got shit. Well, that makes it kind of worse that you sitting up here, you got shit to lose, or you ain't got shit to lose. So then they're going to take your ass to jail. You keep on. She says she's going to keep on. Fuck her. I hope she do. That's more content for the rest of us. Y'all want to think that you could say whatever you want, whenever you want, to whomever it is that you want, including this nigga right here. I'm pretty sure that this is inappropriate for him to be doing this and naming all these people. And what the fuck would they need to be having warrants for? For fucking what? Nobody even knows what the hell the oppressor has, the DA, the prosecutor, and then none of them, to be saying, oh yeah, this is what should be happening. They didn't talk to 60 people. Nobody seems to want to give a fuck about what they have done. They just saying that because it's the deep state, it's Mississippi, Medgar Evers, Emmett Till, then that just means that everything is racist. So again, regardless of what they say, you're only going to accept one thing, what you want it to be, which is going to be an issue if they don't say what you want them to say. We're just waiting, because that's all you can do is wait. You can theorize whatever. You can think whatever. None of that matters until they fucking say something. The rest of this is just people just talking on the fucking internet, talking recklessly, enough people, but it's just talk for the internet. But anyway, so that's what this nigga is doing. But you want to know about what white people are doing? Here's a white person that's supporting blacks. All right. Shout out to Hunter Biden, the crackhead, Joe's son, of which Joe made sure that he gave his son a back pardon and a forward pardon. Y'all, I forget what it was called. but he made sure that nothing could happen to his kid, the crackhead. All right. Hunter Biden gets blunt about how black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party. I feel like y'all really like hearing that shit. Like that's some badge of honor. We're the backbone of the Democratic Party. That's what Cindy Brady said as soon as Joe Biden went out and said that we command and demand that Cam be the nominee going forward. Whatever. Black women got my dad elected. I thought Clyburn got your dad elected. Biden has been outspoken in recent months about, that's Hunter, about Trump, the state of the country, and what Democratic leadership should focus on ahead of the midterms. Oh, interesting that this should come out now. July 31st. That was just yesterday, okay? Now you got a white crackhead talking for y'all. You should be happy. Hunter Biden has firmly established himself as an antagonist of both the Republican Party and select Democrats who sought to pressure his father to drop his 2024 re-election bid. When it comes to his daddy, Joe Biden, hold on a second. Shout out to Joe Biden. This is y'all's man right here.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Hunter didn't mince words about which bases stuck up for him the most and the base that sent him to the White House in 2020 after defeating Donald Trump. And remember when The View said that you need to, no one is above the law. And they knew that Biden, because he said that he would not pardon his son because it's the right thing to do. And then they said they was about to convict his ass. Then all of a sudden, Joe Biden came out and pardoned his son. And they said, well, I would have done the same thing too. Wishy-washy AF. Wishy-washy AF. That's your man's Joe Biden. You know who stuck with my dad? 100% Black caucus, the Hispanic caucus, the Progressive caucus. Biden told former NFL player Arian Foster, whoever the hell that is, and others for their macro dosing podcast around the 1 hour mark. You what got my dad elected. Child, is that how you speak? You what got my dad elected. Black women, period, the end. Child, I wish I could have the machine work so I could clap for y'all, child. He added, why was Cam his number one pick? Because black women said you better pick somebody black. Why did he, that's me saying that. Why did he pick the first black woman to be the Supreme Court? Black women got my dad elected, not just for the president. Black women have gotten my dad elected since 1972. That's who stood for him. Child, what? Even after the crime bill? Well, yeah, we do see after the crime bill. Child, because it affected you sassy straights most. They don't give a fuck, okay? Allegedly. But firmly, but allegedly. Y'all ain't shit. You ain't never been shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Okay? So, they're gonna go ahead and forgive Joe Biden, even though you were affected most by the crime bill. And y'all went to jail the most because of the crime bill, which was signed by Bill Clinton, the first black president, because y'all considered him the first black president before Obama got elected. Y'all was all good in the hood with him, huh? I had no problem with Clinton. I had no problem with him at all. Honestly, I ain't got no problem with none of these presidents, okay? Because, child, I'm not looking at them. I'm looking at what the hell it is that I can get from them because they are president. That's all. Child, what can you help me with that I can go take advantage of? That's just me, though. The hell do I know? Let's see what Joe Biden said here, or Junior Joe Biden. Hunter Biden. Hold on, let me just play this shit. Hold on.
Those people started to really pile on. And
those people, y'all allowing him to get away with that? Those people
started to really pile on. And
child, look, Hunter is child, I'm gonna play it again. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt, but I just saw that he has a wedding ring on. I forgot this nigga is pregnant. I'm pregnant. That this nigga is married. So you can even be a crackhead and get a daggone wife, child. I don't know what the problem is. Hold on a second. Yo, you know what I found out? DG offered me free delivery. I don't know if I can take advantage of it. I need to get out of the house. Hold on a second. Anyway, my bad. Here, let me start all over. I'm sorry, I won't interrupt. Let me let him speak.
Those people started to really pile on. And those people represent the money of the Democratic Party. They represent the what I call the corporate elite part of the Democratic Party. You know who stood with my dad? 100%. Black caucus, Hispanic caucus, the Progressive caucus. all of the constituent parts of the Democratic Party, which are the base, whether you like it or not. You know, like as my dad said, you know what got my dad elected? Black women got my dad elected. Period. The end. Black women who organized the party, who organized South Carolina, who organized every state. Who? Why was Kamala more than anything his number one pick? Because why did he pick the first African American woman to be on the Supreme Court? Black women got my dad elected, not just to president. I mean, black women have been getting my dad elected since 1972, and so they all stood with him. But didn't stand with him. The editorial
You sitting up here giving this conversation to one black and all these white people. I digress. Go on, Child.
board of the New York Times, the Pod Save America guys, David Axelrod, Rahm Emanuel, all of the technocrats of the Democratic Party that don't have any feel or touch for the actual people that actually organize and vote, but they speak for them all the time. So that part did piss me off. Those people.
All right, start all over again. Oh, shout out to Joe Biden Jr. Chow. He said black women did it all. Shout out to y'all. You doing the damn thing, I tell you. Anyway, crackhead Biden, Joe Biden Jr. Shout out to my fave, being a member for 34 months. I see you. I appreciate you. Boo. He said, remember when they found out that coca in the White House, they said, we know whose it is, then went radio silent. I thought they said they didn't know who it belonged to. I mean, it's not rocket science, but I'm not going to say anything. But whatever. I guess it's just normal to have coca up in the White House, and they can't figure it out, so just let it go. I know what you're saying without saying it, and I'm saying the same thing, but I'm not saying it because we don't be saying shit. Shout out to you, boo. Rachel in the building. Thank you, boo. She said Joe Biden was a primary author and lead champion of the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Bill of 94 and proud of it. And black people were all upset about it and what it did to the community and what it did to black men. Now, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyway, what else he got to say? Hold on. The answer came as Hunter revealed his thoughts on the infamous June 2024 debate Biden had against Trump and how his appearance after traveling in his battle with cancer became a creature. Oh, so they're trying to say that he had cancer then and didn't know. I thought he had C19. And that's what actually happened. Shout out to Mika in the building. She said, ooh, the man who his brother's, he was messing around with his brother's wife. Rest in peace to Beau Biden. Yes. So Beau Biden was the good son. He was the good boy. He was probably going to run for president at some point, governor of Delaware first, and then run for president. But alas, he had something with his brain. And now Joe Biden has cancer. So maybe something is in their family or something. I guess he's saying that the problem was he had cancer and didn't know it, I guess. Leading to the avalanche of individuals from Pod Save America to George Clooney and other political operatives who called for Biden to end his re-election campaign. Statistically, black women have been far and away the biggest supporters of Democratic candidates at the national level. When Biden ran against Trump in 2020, Biden secured 95% of the vote from black women. Yes, you go, girls. You go. Holla back. Imagine if they put that much energy into relationships. I'm going to let that go. The number dipped slightly to 92% in the 2024 election when VP Harris ran against Trump, but those women took on the moniker the 92%. We know. They dropped from 95 to 92. The 92% highlighting their support for Harris and their concern about another Trump presidency. Blah, blah, blah. All right. I don't want to hear no more that Joe Biden Jr. has to say, but know that there are white people that are talking. FYI, since y'all are concerned that no white people are talking, the white people are talking. Okay. So let's go over here and take a look at this clown versus oppressor. Now I want someone to help me understand. Okay. If y'all know who DJ Vlad is, right? If DJ Vlad is a culture vulture, like y'all be saying, DJ Vlad takes advantage of the blacks and the culture. He a culture vulture. Why do all the blacks keep going on his show? Help me understand. Can anyone help me make that make sense, Bueller? All Vlad do is take advantage of black people and black celebrities and what black people be doing and what black people got to offer. But y'all keep going there. Why y'all keep going on the show? I'm confused. He sucks. Listen, Vlad, I'm just going by what they said if you happen to see this, okay? I don't know because I don't watch this shit. Because I don't want to hear about no damn celebrities and what they think, right? So if Vlad is a culture vulture, why y'all keep going on there? D.L. Hughley always goes on Vlad. But then again, D.L. Hughley cheats on his wife, so I guess it's okay. Shout out to black women that accept all that. Rachel, thank you, boo. She says, how can black women be the backbone of Dems and we are minorities in the U.S.? We don't have the numbers to move any election. It's nonsense when they report is shaking my head. Girl, I don't know. It's just something that people say. Listen, I don't know. All I know is if it's something that looks positive, they like it, they love it, and run with it, which is why they came up with 92% gonna shut the fuck up. And ain't shut the fuck up since they said they was gonna shut the fuck up. These are the people that allow Funky Dineva and ABCD say that black men are the cancer to the community whilst he is a black man. But give him a pass. D.L. Hughley can shit on his wife. Give him a pass. Call black women nappy-headed hoes. Give him a pass. Child, it just, Tadisha, whatever page it's on with the code, child. It's about whatever page it's on in the code. Shout out to Wombat in the building. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, sir. He said out in the ATL at a tourney, but listen in Joe Biden with his racist quotes, giving eulogies for white supremacists, but I'm supposed to vote Dem. Yes, you are. Half of you are anyway. Half your ass need to make sure that you vote Democratic, okay? Don't forget that. I'll always remind you. That's what I'm here for, y'all. My mouse is about to die. Anyway, all right, let's get through it. D.L. Hughley went so this is Tatum's video. It says D.L. Hughley went on Vlad TV and called me out. Big mistake. This is getting ridiculous, y'all. All this back and forth in this shit. These are grown men. There's a lot of grown black men that's looking crazy out in these streets, in my opinion. But we don't listen to it.
On and say Brandon Tatum is unimpressive. Now I bet you $1 million you'll never debate me.
Someone brought up a back and forth you had with a guy named Brandon Tatum.
So I think that he is an unremarkable human being. MAGA likes black men who do what they're told.
But keep going and doing your barbershop conversations with your lack of knowledge on everything political. You should have stayed with being a comedian because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live. I'll make a video. If you're still subscribed to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Let's get to D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley used to be my favorite.
Child, he got a Charlie Kirk shirt on. That sweatshirt look comfortable, but sir, all right.
My favorite comedian. What didn't happen to you, DL? What didn't happen? My body boy decided he gonna get on here and talk crazy about Brandon Tatum. He said I'm unimpressive or something. He said. I'm gonna play the clip. I told Vlad on the comment section. I say, Vlad, you need to have me on your show. Somebody need to hear from Brandon Tatum about this foolery that DL saying. Roll the clip.
Tatum will be on Vlad's show soon, child. More the same. Make Vlad that money, honey. Okay, coming up all for the backs of blacks. Take advantage of black people all the time. Let's go.
Well, when I posted on my YouTube forum that you were coming to do an interview, someone brought up a back and forth you had with a guy named Brandon Tatum.
I don't know who, Officer Tatum. Right?
Yeah, the cop. Right.
The guy, no, he's not a cop. Do you know when you call yourself your old job, you don't think much of what you do now?
Okay. Hold on a second. Come on. I don't call myself my old job. Just so happens it's a social media title. But your name ain't D.L. Hughley, is it? Is that what you normally go by before you became a comedian? Nobody.
Child, didn't somebody say his name is Schumacher? Oh no, that's excuse me, that's Umar. What DL is not? What is DL's real name? Anybody know, Bueller?
No, you before you were D.L. Hughley, the comedian. So you still running with the comedian thing? Okay, all right, real quick.
So I think that he is an unremarkable human being. I think that the one viable commodity that black MAGA people are is their ability to regurgitate white supremacist talking points.
Yeah,
and they can only do it a couple.
Lord, help your people. If I had $1 every time I heard that shit, I might be a first generational millionaire. White supremacist talking points. Oh yeah, that's what they call the truth.
Fillable. So when your only value is saying bad about black people, I don't need you to do it. I don't need just you to do it. Anybody can do that.
Why did did you say Domino Luigi is his? Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir. Domino Luigi is his name. All right, now. Come on, y'all. Get serious. We got to get serious around. We got to get serious around here. A little bit anyway. A little bit. Okay, just a little bit.
It's saying bad about black people. I don't need you to do it. I don't need just you to do it. Anybody can do it after that. So I think he's an unremarkable man who's the kind of human being that MAGA likes black men who do what they're told. Name me a remarkable, this is a thought exercise. Name me a remarkable black man that MAGA likes.
Ben Carson?
A remarkable?
I'm talking about remarkable that all of us can agree is a remarkable human being.
All of us have to agree on. So Ben Carson is not a good man because D.L. Hughley says he's not. So D.L. Domino Luigi has to agree in order for them. Who thinks that he would say any black man that happens to be Republican is a remarkable man? We already know he's not going to do that. Why do people listen to this nigga? I don't get it. And if y'all think he's a successful comedian, then think it. I don't give a fuck. That nigga should not have been on the Kings of Comedy. If Cedric is funnier than you, then you know there's a problem. But I digress. So now, if DL don't agree, which we know he will not, then they're not. Just because he don't think so, there's Ben Carson, there's Larry Elder. So y'all just discount them just because they're fucking Republicans. That's your ignorancy. Ain't Ben Carson a fucking doctor? I guess that don't matter. Wesley Hunt, I guess that don't matter either. Successful black men, but because you're not on the right political side, because like I said, it's all about politics at the end of the day, just because y'all don't want to see it, that's a you problem. Just go ahead and call, and he's allegedly pro-black. It's only pro-black if you're Democrat. Is that a rhyme? Shout out to me. It's only pro-black if you're Democrat. It's only pro-black if you're Democrat. Other than that, you ain't no good. Brain surgeon. He ain't shit. He might as well be the what did Ebony K say? The bus driver. They ain't shit. He ain't shit. What is the dude on the what is his name? Carl Thomas on the Supreme Court, child? Clarence Thomas. My bad. Clarence Thomas. He ain't shit either, huh? You know why? You know why Clarence Thomas ain't shit, y'all? First of all, of course, because he's a Republican. Even though he came from nothing and became who he is, and I believe he did benefit from some sort of affirmative action, okay? But because he's married to a white woman, you know, you can't have that. I know, I'm a mess, my bad. Because he's married to a white woman. So let me just cut in here real quick and go on over to Chat GPT to let you know all the black women married to white men. Is this acceptable? That's okay, y'all. I got a list because I know I depend on y'all a lot for the list. Let's go down the list, shall we? There's Eve. Gabby Sidibe, y'all. We forgot. Shout out to Gabby, though, because she married that white man that was small. But, y'all, she happy. You know, all the blacks talked about her bad. Then she found her white man, and she went and took her ass to wherever the hell they at, probably having babies and doing whatever it is that they be doing. Thank you, Chris Cross, for the happy poop. Shout out to the poop, right? Tamara Mowry Housley, Alfred Woodard, Leslie Uggams, Patina Miller. Shout out to those that watch Kanan. I didn't watch it from yesterday. So I don't know. I mean, I know what happened, unfortunately. Let me help you out, because y'all seem to not be able to exit stage left. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. I don't understand why you would stay someplace that you don't like. No one invited your ass here. Nobody invited your ass here, but you here. So you don't like it, carry your ass on, because you ain't changing a motherfucking thing that I say up in this bitch. Moving on. Shout out to Patina Miller, though. Karen Parsons, which I think is the girl from Fresh Prince. Tamron Hall, Megan Uka Wuka, child, whoever the hell that is. Oh, that's Megalyn Ichiwuka, Chris Rock's girlfriend. Beverly Knight, whoever the hell that is married to James O'Keefe. Odie Mabusa, child, do you know these people? Marius Lepore, Angelica Bell, married to Michael Underwood. Golda Rashuval, they ain't black. Raven Simone, okay. Serena Williams, Jessica Ennis Hill, whoever the hell that is, Lolo Jones. They're not married. But let's not forget Venus. Cam. Melody Hobson. Shout out to Melody Hobson. I be trying to tell y'all you should listen to her, but y'all don't want to hear me about that either. Shout out to Melody Hobson. I've been listening to her for years. Shout out to Melody Hobson. And she married to George Lucas. She got it made, child. She got it made. Shout out to George Lucas. Candace Owens. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Child, this is what you get when you allow people to say BIPOC. They include everybody in this bitch. Zoe Saldana. Hilaria, whoever the hell that is. Famous past marriages, Iman, but I think David Bowie is dead. Diana Ross then had a couple of men. Donna Summer, Whoopi Goldberg, y'all's girl over there on The View. Halle Berry, we already know she had a couple of them. Jodie Turner Smith with Joshua Jackson. Tandy Newton, however you say it. Aisha Taylor, shout out to Aisha Taylor. Grace Hightower, whoever the hell that is, married to Robert De Niro. Diane Abbott, Robert De Niro. Damn, Robert De Niro love black women, don't he? Paula Patton. I ain't seen her in a month of Sundays. Heidi Klum. She ain't black, but she was married to Seal. Janet Mock, whoever the hell that is. Cynthia Bailey, the girl from no, she wasn't married to nobody white. Lisa Bonet, Jason Momoa, hey, and Tracy Ellis Ross has never been married. Then why did you list her? The strongest recognizable examples are Serena Eve, Meghan Markle, Tamara Mowry, Gabby Sidibe, Cam, Melody Hobson, Tamron Hall, Candace Owens, Alfred Woodard, and Zoe Saldana. Now, I'm trying to understand, help me understand with the code, Tadisha, how it is that it's okay for all these black women to be married to all these white men, whether they're still married or divorced, but whenever it's a black man with a white woman, it's a problem. I'm confused. How does that work? That don't make no sense. And then y'all ain't got nothing to say about none of that. But soon as it's Bronny James, it's a fit. Tina Turner, shout out to Tina Turner. Or rest in peace to Tina Turner, I should say. That's crazy. That don't make no sense. But that's what y'all try to say is the facts or whatever, and forget all of the obvious. And if I say something about it, then that means that I'm a white supremacist, because it's the truth, which it's the truth. We all know it, but ignore it because it doesn't fit your narrative, because y'all full of shit. You want to boycott white people listening to LTM Ricky Smiley. Y'all love listening to LTMs. Here's one on the left here. Oh, wrong screen. Hold on. Here's one on the left here. You want to listen to them. Man that called black women nappy-headed hoes. The man that had an affair on his black wife and had a baby. We'll get there. Shout out to Anton.
Ben Carson.
Steve Harvey.
MAGA don't like him.
I mean, he met with
meeting with him. I'm talking about MAGA champions him, like a Tatum or like a Byron Donalds.
Tina Turner is deceased, right? I be getting it wrong, right?
Like those people. Name me a remarkable. Is Clarence Thomas remarkable?
Yes.
No. He's obedient. Is Tim Scott remarkable?
Exactly. Why do y'all listen to this nigga? Oh, because he's saying the white people are bad, so you just like listening to him, child. Gabrielle Union was married to a white man? I didn't know that. She really getting divorced from what's his name?
Well, he's obedient.
I mean, Kanye's remarkable in certain ways.
Kanye's a remarkable man who they co-opted, but his experience, they glommed onto him. They kind of be attracted to each other. But even he says things they don't like.
Right.
What they don't understand, MAGA likes Republicans. MAGA likes black men for the same way they pick their dogs, because they're obedient. They'll never have a stamp or school. They'll never be remarkable. Do you know why Clarence Thomas got the job? Because Thurgood Marshall was retiring, and they needed a black dude, and he was the only one around. He never spoke for decades. He never issued a minority or majority opinion. If Clarence Thomas didn't take a picture with the Supreme, this
is a great point that this person is saying right here. He said, or she said, if DEI is so bad, why Clarence Thomas used affirmative action? That's why I don't understand why people are so upset about fucking DEI. It was made up. It wasn't even real. You already had shit in place to begin with. So all this fake outrage over DEI that only got created to pacify black people after George Floyd. That's what that shit was about. But now that all these businesses have gotten rid of it, just focus on some of them. Not Google, not Instagram, not Twitter, not WhatsApp, not Facebook, but Target. Forget the rest of the things, right? All right, they don't matter. Just this one that matters. Oh yeah, now all of a sudden the Asians are the problem, but we're gonna go all out for this this Asian mom and her black husband because allegedly white people are involved. Got it.
Supreme Court, they thought he was a janitor. He would have thought he was a janitor that was photobombing. And he's one of those, and the thing that's funny now is that with Charlie Kirk gone, this new iteration of white supremacists has no use for people like that. Did you notice any one of them speaking at his funeral? Was there a black person that spoke at his funeral?
Ben Carson.
Was Clarence?
Whose funeral?
Was Candace Owens who cut?
Ben Carson was at
Did she speak at his funeral?
Well, where was Nolan's real dad at the funeral? Why is no one asking that question, Bueller? Why didn't anyone ask that question? Where were all the Asians for the Asian side of the family that he was representing for the Philippines in his bio and his mom's bio? DL. Oh, no. Keep the colors happy. We just gonna talk about Ben Carson. Why the fuck would Ben Carson go here to that funeral? Why would Al Sharpton talk about the roaches in his house at that young man's funeral? Oh, okay. I know. Just to make it a political event, because that's what it's turning into. The Democrats are not going to let something like this go by. They got to keep y'all in line, and it works.
Did this dude, whoever this dude is, speak at his funeral? No, because you're window dressing. What you are is a picture. You're a photo op.
Would you put Candace Owens in the same category as a Brandon Tatum?
So if you want to participate, get you one of these shirts or one of these merch items, and get you guys the person's family. After Charlie Kirk game from Charlie Kirk.
Child, what you got? Everything in your store about Charlie Kirk? What the fuck is that about?
Tatum. Sure. They were Philippines.
Child, you at least put your own picture on there. What is going on?
Yes, they're Negroes.
Yes, the Negroes.
And when they're not, they're no one. Do you think this is going to turn a point over to either one of them? Do you think that
his wife,
all of a sudden
he has a wife?
This is the analogy I made. There were times when slaves were told by their masters that on the event of my death, you'll be free and you'll have an exalted position. And when those masters died, the family or the high organization was under no obligation to honor what he said anymore. Where are those people now? Struggling to be relevant. Struggling to exist. Candace Stock and Trade right now is telling you that what they're telling us isn't true. His is fighting for a dead man's legacy. I don't know what the future is in it.
I have no idea what he said at the end, but Candace Owens.
I was gonna say I don't know what the hell he talking about.
It's probably, whether you like her or not, she's probably one of the most viral and popular people on the internet. Period.
But she likes white people, so that's not allowed. And she married to a white man. That's not allowed. So black women can be married to white men, except for Candace Owens. Go ahead, though.
All the people on the internet. She has more followers than Charlie Kirk's channel. She had more followers than Benny Johnson. All the other people that are in our, by far more followers than me. She got 150,000 people watching her live every day.
Every day.
Struggling for relevance. She's bigger than Charlie.
She's bigger than D.L. Hughley. Wonderful, funny D.L. Hughley.
To be quite honest, she has always been a bigger brand than Charlie as far as influence. What are y'all saying, bro? That's why her and Charlie worked together, and she drove a lot of the traffic too. And Charlie's obviously incredible, but Candace is a big firebrand.
All right, are you gonna talk about DL? Because I don't care about that.
Fool, he put his wife up there to take over, and they say, well, you're not used. Byron Donalds is leading the polls as the governor of Florida.
What's that noise?
What are you saying? Charlie Kirk didn't have nobody. The Turning Point USA absolved Blexit. What are you saying? And then, yeah, it wasn't a lot of black people that spoke at his funeral. D.L. Hughley, how many white people speak at your funeral? None. You won't have a single white person at your funeral. So quit acting like you somehow shocked that a person who's white, who mostly their friends are white, wouldn't have a ton of black people at their funeral. What, you want this to be an affirmative action funeral? You want to have a DEI funeral? He got to have a, me and Charlie were friends, but me and him ain't talking every day like that. But I honored the man. We were friends. He know if he ever need anything from me, I got him. I've been working with him since 2017. I don't consider myself to be his top 5 friends. And then
I don't care.
And you talking about us? If we simp, y'all simping. Then y'all go out and the vice president is a woman who went horizontal to go vertical in a career, and they don't even call her a black woman. She's an Indian and black woman.
Child, BIPOC covers all that. I don't know where you've been. BIPOC covers all that. Shout out to you, Boo. He said Vlad gave DL infamous belt buckle jingle, allegedly. Child, goodbye. But the blacks always talking about how Vlad is a culture vulture, but they ain't got no problem with going over there and being on his damn show. So, again, I don't get it code-wise. That don't make no sense. Just keep going over there, though. Whatever. Keep making him money. He do got a black wife, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't Vlad married to a black woman? Does anybody know that?
They don't even give her. She Indian and black. She can't just be a black woman. Barack Obama was mixed. They won't even put up a real black person in y'all stuff. And who's your pick as a vice president? The first black vice president as a running mate, she pick a white dude.
Yeah, that is true. Y'all ain't got no problem with what's his name? Timmy? Tampon Timmy, y'all was okay with that? Y'all wasn't commanding and demanding that Cam pick a black woman or a black person to be her vice president? Y'all was okay with all that? Because it's always about Democrats at the end of the day. Y'all believe what you want. That's all it's about. That's it. That's all.
They want the Mexicans, and you still simping for them. They want Mexicans. They not helping y'all. And DL, I'll debate you any day, anytime. I put on the chat. I'll fly you out here first class. You can stay in the 4 seasons. We can have a real conversation. I'll bring you on a podcast. You tell me that somehow we can.
Why would you offer him that? Now, why would you do that? You know damn well, first of all, he not going to accept that. Second of all, then he's going to be like, look, he desperate for me for views. Who even listens to the radio? Anybody, Bueller? Who listens to the radio? I do not. Last time I listened to the radio, it sounded like space. It sounded like Static City. Anyway, go ahead, y'all. That was a waste of time.
Bro, by who? Last time I checked, the Officer Tatum Corporation is run by me. Everything that I do, I own. What are you doing, DL? What art thou doing? You ain't doing nothing, bro. You on Vlad TV talking as a washed up comedian, and you don't own none of your own stuff. You probably doing a podcast.
So LS, even if that's true, the only people that can allow him to be a culture vulture is people of the culture. So I don't even blame Vlad for none of that. If he can get foolish people to make him money with their bullshit, then why not? That's what they do over there on Kendra Gilliam's show. That's what they do over there on Tonight's Conversation. It's the same thing. People are going to come over there and talk their bullshit, get everybody the views over there, even if they get paid, which I'm sure they must get paid. So I guess DL must need some money, allegedly. So I'm sure they get paid from Vlad based off of what they was talking about with Aries Spear and somebody else. But they still go over there. So they allow it. That's why I'm not mad at Vlad. He can't do it if you don't allow it, right? Well, y'all like it. I love it.
On somebody else's network that they own. And you're a host on their network. Get out of here, boy. But pull up if you want to. We'll have a debate. We can do it on the Zoom. I'm sick of y'all fake black dudes out here talking about black. And you ain't done nothing to legitimately support black people, pushing people to vote for Democrat.
He does. Because what he does is he just says.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Go where you're being a racist. Racist!
That's what he does. And that's what black people do and follow, just like Charlie Brown with the football. Wash, rinse, repeat. Nothing changes. Do it all again. Just use a different slogan.
They just mad because we ain't on the Democrat plantation no more. We not buying what they selling no more.
Oh, so you used to be a Democrat, sir?
They have done nothing. That's why you see a whole bunch of black men leaving the Democrat Party to go to the Republican Party. And if they had enough spine, they would tell the truth, and it'd be even more black people that leave. But keep going and doing your barbershop conversations with your lack of knowledge on everything political. You should have stayed with being a comedian because you don't know what you're talking about. And they love to try to say the white man does this. Clarence Thomas is one.
So if Tatum buck dances for the white man, what is DL doing over there on Vlad's show, Bueller? If Tatum is buck dancing for white people, what is Hughley doing going over there on Vlad's show? And that ain't his first time. He goes over there regularly. What's he doing? Oh, that's okay because it's DL. It's okay because it's DL because he blick and he says Trump is bad, so that makes it okay. Got it. Allegedly. Rachel, thank you, Boo. She said Tatum's YouTube membership price range from $2.99 to $50. I know people that charge $100 plus. I mean, maybe you're getting something. I don't care about what people do with their damn memberships and stuff. That's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to understand how it is that if Tatum talked to those boys, he's racist and buck dancing, but DL goes over here and talks to Vlad and nobody has anything to say. It's okay. Or he talks about black women calling them nappy-headed hoes while sitting over there with Don Imus, who's clearly white or was clearly white and clearly Republican, staunch conservative. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He dead now. Who cheated on his black wife, who had a baby out of wedlock on his black wife. But child, it must be in the code. I guess it's in the code.
One of the greatest men to live. One of the greatest Supreme Court justices to ever live. And Thurgood Marshall, Thurgood Marshall was he was a Democrat. So it ain't like Clarence Thomas was a successor of a Republican. He was left. What are you saying?
Oh, child, he ain't saying nothing. Moving on, child. That's enough. Let's go to my friend, the business bully, Dave Anderson, who will explain better than I about what the hell is going on with these people that y'all love, that you think love black people and love the black community. I don't know why y'all need people to like you so bad. Fuck them all. But that's just me. He says this is from a week ago or so, if I'm not mistaken. It says they told you to wait. Meanwhile, they were cashing checks because that's what's going on for those that actually want to. Page one, we up to the thousands, page 1087. All right. Shout out to Tadisha with the references. This is his piece on what's really going on as far as D9 and the Boule are concerned and your alleged leaders of the black community.
Breaking news. The Black Boule exposed. A Dave Anderson special report.
There's a class of black leaders that always seem to win regardless of whether or not black America does. Politicians get reelected, the pastors get richer, the civil rights executives get raises, the media personalities get syndicated, the organizations get donations, the fraternities gain influence, the Democratic Party gets the votes. Everybody eats, except for the people suffering who pay for the meal. That is the Boule system. And before you amateur historians start hyperventilating, I am not claiming that every person discussed in this video is a member and a documented member of Sigma Pi Phi, the official organization known as the Boule. I am talking about the Boule as a ruling class, an interlocking network of political access, religious influence, corporate money, fraternal relationships, civil rights organizations, and media control. Separate institutions, shared interests, mutual protection, and one remarkably consistent political message. Today, we're not chasing secret handshakes. We're following public money, public statements, public endorsements, and public results. Because the most dangerous system is not the one that's hiding in the dark. It's the one that's operating in broad daylight while convincing you that noticing it makes you some type of conspiracy theorist. I'm Dave Anderson, the business bully. I worked inside a part of this machine. So today, I'm opening the hood. So let's start with the civil rights industrial complex. Jesse Jackson recently passed away, and I want to be really respectful of what he
Rest in peace to Jesse. They overtook his daggone funeral and made that a daggone rally as well. But that's okay, I guess. He would have wanted it that way.
represented. Jesse Jackson was not insignificant.
Even though the son said not to do it, they did it anyway.
We're talking about somebody that marched with Dr. King. He ran for president twice. He opened up doors that had been nailed shut.
He also got funds from Donald Trump to help him when he was in New York. But I know y'all like to forget about all that.
He became an international figure and built an organization capable of getting corporate executives, politicians, celebrities, and media leaders in the same room. That's history. But respecting history does not require us to suspend accountability. We cannot eulogize a man and bury every legitimate question inside him. Jesse Jackson built Rainbow Push into one of the most influential civil rights organizations in the United States of America. The model was straightforward. Identify a corporation accused of discrimination or failing black consumers, threaten protest, boycotts, or public pressure, bring that corporation to the negotiating table, secure corporate commitments, sponsorships, donations, jobs, contracts, or access, and then leverage that access inside the democratic politics machine. Sometimes that pressure produced legitimate opportunities. But the larger question is what happens after the cameras left? How much black wealth was created? How many black-owned companies
for them, a lot. For y'all, nothing.
became permanent corporate suppliers? How many families became homeowners? How many black workers moved into senior leadership? How many corporate commitments survived after the press conference? Where's the public scorecard? Because access without measurable outcomes isn't power, it's proximity. After the Reverend's death, his son Yusef Jackson was named president and CEO of Rainbow Push. Yusef previously served as the organization's chief operating officer, so he wasn't dragged into the building 10 minutes after the funeral and handed the keys. But this is still an inherited transfer of institutional power. The founder's son now leads the organization, controls its relationships, manages its donor network, and inherits the moral authority attached to his late father's name. That is what you call a dynasty. Maybe it'll become an effective dynasty, but black people have every right to determine that through measurable results. Not another convention, not another tribute, not another photograph with the presidential candidate. Give us the program, give us the number, give us a deadline. Hell, give us the result. If Rainbow Push is helping black businesses obtain contracts, publish the value of those contracts and track whether those businesses survive. If it's creating jobs, can you show?
I feel like they never seem to give any information out. They just say it. And then black people be like, okay. And that's that.
Show us how many jobs, what those jobs paid, and how long they lasted. If it's producing economic equality, define the improvement. Because continuing the legacy sounds beautiful, but a legacy without an audit is just a family business funded by community pain. Speaking of pain, let's talk about the black church. And I need everybody to breathe before they start
Shout out to Jamal Bryant.
rebuking me in the comments. I am in no way, shape, or form attacking God. God does not need a Gulf Stream. The black church was once the revolutionary center of the United States, especially for black America. It sheltered organizers, it funded movements, it hosted meetings, it trained up leaders, it challenged government power at the highest level. It mobilized communities when organizing could get you fired, beaten, bombed, or killed. The black church was dangerous because it was independent. Today, let's face it, too much of that black church has become the most dependable voter turnout department of the Democratic Party. Candidates arrive about 107 days before an election. They misquote scripture. They clap off beat. Oh, that's cringy. They tell us this is the most important election of our lifetime for the 7th lifetime in a row. The pastor introduces them.
The most important election of our lifetime? What? The most important election? I wonder if they're going to say that about this one coming up.
As if Moses just entered the sanctuary, the congregation applauds, the cameras capture the endorsement, election day comes, the Democratic Party gets its votes, the pastor gets access, relevance, photographs, appointments, or political relationships, and the congregation, you know what they get? Another sermon about waiting on God to fix the politicians have never addressed. That's not liberation theology. That's precinct management with an organ behind it. You think I'm lying? Let's look at the megachurch.
Well, you know, that's what this is because it works all the time, so they keep doing it. Yo, not they clap off beat. Goodbye.
Economy, shall we? TD Jakes built one of the most recognizable religious.
Is TD Jakes okay? Anybody know? Is he okay? You know, he had to retire because of something, and now I feel like we ain't seen him since Diddy. I'm sorry, not Diddy. We ain't seen him since he passed out in front of the congregation or something.
Brands in America. Potter's House has attracted tens of thousands of members. Jakes built conferences, media products, books, real estate relationships, entertainment ventures, and extraordinary national influence. That makes him a brilliant institution builder. The question is whether the economic model he mastered became transferable to the people financing the ministry. How many members learned to build institutions? How much business capital flowed into the surrounding Black community? How many congregates became owners instead of lifelong donors? Then there's Creflo.
Owners? Own? That's Oprah's network. He said own? That's Oprah's network, sir. I don't know what you're talking about other than that. That is Oprah's. Don't nobody want to own nothing, child? Nobody want to own nothing? Allegedly, only Black women want to own something. Allegedly. I'm just saying.
How much business capital flowed into the surrounding Black community? How many congregates became owners instead of lifelong donors? Then there's Creflo Dollar. In 2015, his ministry launched a campaign seeking
Nice. Good for him.
donations for Gulfstream G650 aircraft, reportedly costing approximately $65 million. After public outrage, the campaign was somehow removed, although the ministry defended the need for the aircraft. I don't care about how many demons are flying in coach. A $65 million jet should not become the spiritual emergency.
I think I support it. I think he needs his own plane. I'm glad he got it. Shout out to Creflo Dollar. I mean, the same as the rest of them, child. That's where y'all want to give your money to. He deserve it. He clearly is saying something that makes some sense. And y'all can stay in, what is it called? Steerage. Shout out to Titanic. Y'all can stay in steerage. He gonna be in first day in class.
Of a working class congregation. If your ministry needs that kind of aircraft to spread the gospel, Jesus was criminally underfunded. He traveled by sandal and still changed the world. Then, of course, we have Jamal Bryant. During the 2024 election cycle, Bryant launched a Not One More Vote initiative. The message sounded powerful. Black voters should not automatically deliver their votes without specific.
Who said that? Hold on.
Spiritual emergency of a working class congregation. If your ministry needs that kind of aircraft to spread the gospel, Jesus was criminally underfunded. He traveled by sandal and still changed the world. Then, of course, we have Jamal Bryant. During the 2024 election cycle, Bryant launched a Not One More Vote initiative.
Jamal. Shout out to Jamal.
The message sounded powerful. Black voters should not automatically deliver their votes without specific concessions. Finally, somebody was saying the political transaction had to become measurable. But after presenting himself as a negotiator prepared to withhold Black political loyalty, Bryant openly endorsed Kamala Harris.
Of course he did. He was doing what he was told to do. That's what they're supposed to do. Shout out to the D9ers. Those ones up here, not some of y'all. No offense against the D9ers. But these ones up here, they the ones that be making all the money for real. That's all right. Y'all don't have to listen. Just do what they say. That's what y'all supposed to do.
What concessions were secured first? Where was the signed agreement? What specific commitment did foundational Black Americans receive?
Cam offered you Negroes weed, and y'all didn't take her up on that. Cam offered you Black men weed, and I cannot believe that y'all did not take her up on that after Obama told y'all what to do. What is wrong with y'all? I don't get it.
What policy demand was accepted? What deadline was established? If you tell the community not...
Well, child, I'm trying to understand what's going on with the Target boycott, because there's no updates on that. Just boycott Target, child, because they racist, because they got rid of DE&I. Oh, yeah, okay. And boycott Asians, child. I ain't seen no bald heads yet. Boycott Asians. I ain't seen no bald heads yet. I ain't seen no non-lashes, none of that. I guess that's only for some people, not for all people.
One more vote without concessions, and then endorse the candidate without publishing the concessions. You didn't negotiate. You mobilized. The pastor received relevance. The political party received turnout. The congregation received...
That's why Jamal is on the come up now. He been on the come up. I mean, I know he got that church, right? But he really on the national come up now, ever since Cam. Now he's jumped on Carmelo. He's jumped on Nolan now. And then the next Black man that has a tragedy, he gonna be a part of that too. He's in there. So now he knows. That's where his bread and butter is, child. And then him and his wife can go buy all the seemingly see-through dresses and roll around in their Rolls Royces and roll around in their Bentleys. And then everybody in the congregation can just go home to where the fuck they've been. Sounds like it works to me.
That is the pattern. Charisma will fill the seats on Sunday. Character and accountability determine what happens Monday through Saturday. And now we can get to the part that nobody else can tell the way I can. I didn't study black radio from YouTube. I worked inside it. I executive produced Ricky Smiley's morning show in the national syndication.
Oh, Lord, help your people. I don't know how you did it. Now, I ain't even gonna go there, but Ricky is definitely LTM. Shout out to what's his when he dressed up as a woman, what's that called? Mabel. What was the character called when he dressed up as a woman? Anybody know? I didn't watch that shit.
I sat in the rooms. I participated in the conversations. I watched stories get selected, redirected, softened, and sometimes buried. I had the footage because I was actually there. Now, this isn't something I pulled from another commentator's documentary. That's me inside of the operation. So when I tell you that...
Damn, he got them teeth done, child. I thought that was something. Look at them teeth, child. Woo, Lord help your people.
Because I was actually there. Now, this isn't something I pulled from another commentator's documentary. That's me inside of the operation. So when I tell you that black radio doesn't simply reflect black political opinion, but helps to manufacture it, I'm not guessing. I watched the factory operate, and the men running...
Shout out to Bernice Jenkins. Shout out to LTM Ricky Smiley that said that y'all gonna be in chains. Y'all gonna be slaves soon. I'm sure that's gonna come back out. He also said you gotta boycott white people, blacks, in case you missed the memo.
Some of its biggest machines eventually told everybody exactly who they were. Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, 3 nationally syndicated radio personalities, 3 comedians, 3 members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and Steve Harvey.
Are they all 3 Omega? Oh yeah, that's the one that does this. Okay, yeah, that's what they are. They always do that if you notice too. When they was up there talking at Cam's national convention, whatever, they always do that. Ciao.
Said it publicly. Don't take my word for it. Listen to his.
And Ricky Smiley happen to be on the same page. Now we Q's now, and so is D.L. Hughley. And Q's kind of run the airways of black radio.
Well, there you go. You run the airways of black radio until the white people tell you to shut the fuck up, and then it all changes. But y'all will believe them. They don't own anything in this black radio spectrum, except for y'all's ears, because you listen to them so well. I do not listen to the radio.
Okay. All right. The Q's is running the airways of black radio.
You heard it. Me and Ricky Smiley happen to be on the same page. Then he named D.L. Hughley. Then he said, Q's kind of run the airways for black radio. His words, not mine. The problem is not that 3 fraternity brothers became successful. Black men are allowed to win without somebody.
Yeah. Steve Harvey was sleeping in his car at one time. Now he's a multimillionaire, adopted a whole family, married twice or 3 times. I'm not sure. Pretty sure D.L. Hughley probably didn't have much in the beginning, and neither did Ricky Smiley. Somehow, some way, they made it in this racist ass America back when it was more racist than it is now. But somehow, some way, you can't. That's what they're telling y'all. You got to be worried about all this racism. You can't do anything. You can't make it. So stay where the fuck you are. So that's where y'all be.
Immediately drawing a pentagram around the achievement. The problem happens is when men publicly acknowledge their command of black radio, also push essentially the very same political message through supposedly separate platforms. That's not diversity of political thought. That is one political product sold through 3 different personalities. Let's break it down. Steve gives you the inspirational uncle version, Ricky gives you the church and comedy version, and DL gives you the angry intellectual version. Different packaging, same political destination. And because
listen, I know it to be true, but there's plenty of trolls in here that don't seem to see that either. In addition to the other things that are obvious and clear with these black leaders that always seem to be on the come up and obtain and get, while the community doesn't get anything except for continued violence in said communities, and still have money problems and still have racism issues and still have monetary issues, and they ain't doing nothing to help. But make sure you vote for who they want, because you need to deliver the win so that they can continue to get exactly what he just said, their appointments, their jobs, their money. That's why that job of that liaison between Cam and Joe Biden was some made up bullshit. And then everybody is like, how did all these women, 300,000 women get fired? Because the jobs were not real. Because that's what Biden did. I promise you most of those people were part of D9. I promise you they were. And they just knew that he was going to get a second term, or she was going to get a second term, and they would be good for another 4 years. I guess that didn't work out too well. But since everybody black loves everybody black, how come nobody hired all these 300,000 women yet, Bueller? When are they gonna hire them so they can get back on their feet instead of being out here worrying about immigrants and making sure that they don't go nowhere, making sure that they stay here to their own detriment. Shout out to Fa. Hey, boo. Yeah. Just keep not paying attention. All good. I love it. More content.
All three are comedians. Political messaging can be disguised as entertainment. You laugh, you agree, you repeat it, then you vote. That's how narrative management works. It doesn't arrive wearing a trench coat whispering, "Welcome to the conspiracy." It arrives as a joke, a celebrity interview, a voter registration campaign, a carefully selected political guest, a conversation where one side gets the microphone while the other side gets called dangerous, ignorant, selfish, disloyal, racist, or a sellout. And I know somebody's going to say, "Dave, you were just bitter because you work with Ricky." No, I'm qualified because I work with Ricky. There's a difference. I'm not attacking his talent. The man is talented. I'm not questioning his right to have a political opinion. I'm questioning what happens when three men.
Oh, he can have his opinion, but the rest of us can't, because then we get these trolls in here calling us names because we don't agree with them. Tadisha, you gotta agree with what the black people say. Fuck y'all, okay? Because you don't run shit, you don't own us, and we can think however we want to. But y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like people who actually ask questions, even though Crump said ask questions. Crump, they don't like people to ask questions. We was asking questions with Cam. We was asking questions with Cam, and they was mad. How dare you ask her questions? Damn, not the whole book. The whole book. Oh no, you can't ask no questions. Oh, but you think I'm supposed to do what you gonna do? What you tell me to do? Yeah, no, you don't tell me what to do. You see, that's the problem with enough black people and enough of the trolls that are here. Y'all think you run some shit. Y'all barely run your own lives. You listen to fucking fools, which he's explaining, and I've said many a time, and it's clear that they ain't doing nothing to help nobody except themselves. And then they continue to obtain shit and get rich and get more high on the cloud. Remember when Marilyn Mosby, I know I talked about it already, over there telling Joe Biden, "Help me out, child, help me out." And he ignored her like the wall. She thought that D9er stuff was going to work with Joe Biden, child. He ain't no D9er. He's just white. The creator of the crime bill, which, everybody could allegedly forgive and forget about. Yeah. Hire him. This is the most important election of our lifetime. If I had a dime every time.
Who acknowledge their command of major black radio platforms all tell black America essentially the same political story. Where is the serious opposition? Where's the economic accountability? Where's the person asking
economic accountability? The eggs is high and the milk is high, okay?
Democrats what black voters receive for delivering overwhelming loyalty, electorally speaking, for decades? Where's the sustained conversation about reparations? Black business capital, anybody? Black homeownership? Black male unemployment?
Oh, wait, wasn't Cam offering $50,000 allegedly if you wanted to start a business or some shit like that? I think there's money out there, but Cam try to act like she was giving you something. Don't nobody want to look into shit, just waiting for someone to hand it to them directly. Allegedly. Shout out to RBN in the building. I see you, boo.
Where's the person asking Democrats what black voters receive for delivering overwhelming loyalty, electorally speaking, for decades?
Oh, Al said, and everything I'm saying, these people have actually said, when he was over there at his NAN event, National Action Network event, and that dude asked the question about, the dude said that y'all old people gotta go because the young people want to take over. And Al said, he a fool, he don't know what he talking about. We know what we need. We need to get the right people in. Nigga, you've been saying the right people all these decades and you still ain't got the right person and y'all still follow that nigga? All right, y'all.
Where's the sustained conversation about reparations? Black business capital, anybody? Black homeownership? Black male unemployment? The destruction of black neighborhoods? The economic effect of mass immigration on low-wage black workers? The replacement of specific black political priorities with every other coalition's emergency? Those conversations are too often shortened, redirected, mocked, or never even seriously platformed because those conversations threaten.
I'm gonna vote for never seriously platformed. Just something to say to make it seem like they're doing something and then turn around as soon as they're done and get what they want, then move on to the next thing that ain't got shit to do with nobody else but them.
A political arrangement. And then Steve Harvey sat down with Vice President Kamala Harris at the 100 Black Men of America conference. This could have been an opportunity to ask difficult questions on behalf of millions of black voters who listen to Steve Harvey. It could have been an interrogation of policy. It could have been a demand for measurable commitments. Instead, Steve clearly explained exactly what kind of conversation they were planning on having.
You remember when Steve Harvey went to see Donald Trump, child? Them black people got that stepped and fetched nigga in line quick. Probably D9 in the Boule. They said, nah, nigga, child, ready to cancel his ass on up the fuck out of here. That's probably why DL is doing what he does, honestly. I'm not saying that he wouldn't think the way that he thinks because of who he is, but I'm pretty sure that had an effect on many of those people and said, we ain't trying that again, because child, we don't want that to happen to us. We can't let where our bread is buttered get away from us. Child. Shout out to Mika. I appreciate you. She said, you mean Al's Action Jackson Network? Yeah, that ninja. That ninja. And the other thing, which we talked about the other day, all these people telling y'all how white people are bad. Where y'all think they live at? You think they living amongst y'all? Where they living at around y'all? No shade. No shade against y'all. Where they living at around y'all? They living around white people. They so scared, but they're living around white people. Everybody's supposed to be scared, but they ain't scared to live around the white people that they're living around. Child, they probably over there with Kim Kardashian and Caladan Bassett.
Before y'all start calling my radio show and DMing me, talking about why you ain't asked no hard-hitting questions, that ain't what this is.
That's right. You better follow what the fuck they say to do.
Throwing a lob. This is an alley-oop for a dunk, because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people. Can't nobody
stop all this foolishness about what you doing for black people. They be playing in y'all's face. Y'all still don't be seeing it, y'all.
Instead, Steve clearly explained exactly what kind of conversation they were planning on having.
Before y'all start calling my radio show and DMing me, talking about why you ain't asked no hard-hitting questions, that ain't what this is.
Imagine saying this, and you're supposed to be interviewing the woman for president, because y'all was gonna vote for her anyway. Y'all was already gonna vote for her anyway, because the elites, the Boule, already told y'all what to do, including the Black Cindy Brady and all those people. They said, get your asses together and get in line. You gonna do what we say. Them 3 girls over there, including Andrew Gillum. Maybe it's 2 girls now. Is that show still even on? I feel like they breaking up. Shout out to Rachel. I appreciate you, boo. She said, remember, Marilyn Mosby did not get Freddie Gray conviction on cops. She went on news swearing she was going to get cops. Ben Crump was involved in 2016. Was he now? Okay, yeah. She carried on with Freddie Gray and failed miserably, and then wondered why people didn't vote her back in. Then turn around to Angela Rye. Thank you, quality guy. Then turn around talking about she needs some help after she went and broke the law, and then was acting like I didn't do nothing wrong. Girl, I don't even understand why you did that. That was so stupid. It was so dumb what she did. It made no sense whatsoever. Child, just getting on the bandwagon, all that dumb C-19 bullshit. Shout out to Anthony Fauci, though. Shout out to him. I blame him for his part, but shout out to him. RBN, I appreciate you. He said, word on the street, Al and Scammer Crump live in 300 block of MLK Boulevard. I promise you, they do not. They ain't nowhere near MLK Boulevard. We will help them finesse us because we like to be scammed. As you always say, coloreds love to be scammed. Gotta believe in something. Gotta believe in something. Go ahead, Steve. Tell us the same shit you always say.
Yes. I'm throwing a lob. This is an alley-oop for a dunk, because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can.
Well, if they're trying to get the word out, wouldn't you want to ask some hard-hitting questions so that people can know what the word? Oh yeah, he don't need to, because y'all was gonna go ahead and vote for him anyway.
Stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people. Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it Bush for black people and expect to get in the White House. You got to play the game different. Y'all know what this is.
Wait, you got to play the game with white people, Steve? Steve said you got to play the game. 1 minute, you ain't listening to white people. The next minute, it's white supremacy. The next minute, you got to do this. The next minute, the right people ain't in office. They all over the place. Girl, exactly. Ignorant as fuck. These people in here defending this nigga, saying that this what y'all listen to. No wonder the community sucks listening to him. He sound crazy. When you add it all together, they just say any old thing. Child, nobody be paying attention.
This is an alley-oop for a dunk, because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people.
We can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people. Ain't that what Cam said, y'all? What did she say? She said, it's not going to be just for black people? No. Child, I'm gonna have to pull that back out. I'm going to have to pull that back out. So I'm not going to say I'm going to do anything for just black people? No. Oh, you took it out of context. You didn't hear the whole thing. We go listen to the whole thing. Yeah, that's what she said. She said, fuck those niggas. That's right, because she's Asian. Remember when she was with that girl at the Asian, the Asian chef girl? The Indian chef girl. I forget her name. Remember we watched that and she started talking about her Indian background and what her mama did. Remember her mama, they lived above somebody and she took care of him while the mama was working. Y'all remember all that? What was her name? What was the name of the chef lady? She was over there with her kinfolk. Black people still like, that's our girl, she black. Okay, yeah, okay. Whatever you say. I forget her name. Anyway, come on, jackass.
Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it push for black people and expect to get in the White House. You got to play the game different. Y'all know what this is. So now this next question is another lie for her to dump. Because they done a lot, man. But we see, I'm on this radio show. I'm hearing all these people talking about, I'm not voting if they're not doing nothing for us. Listen to me. If you
imagine saying, I'm not voting for you if you're not. Did you hear what this nigga just said? And y'all still listen to these people.
But y'all know what this is. So now this next question is another lie for her to dump. Because they done a lot, man. But we see, I'm on this radio show. I'm hearing all these people talking about, I'm not voting if they're not doing nothing for us.
I'm not voting unless they doing something for us. How dare you say that you should get something for your vote? That's like you have money and you just be giving it away and you don't get nothing for it. I know a lot of rats around here. I know. Y'all love Steve Harvey and all the rest of them. But this is coming out of their own damn mouths, and you still sit here and act like you don't hear what they saying because they got you already conditioned. White people are bad. You can't do it because I'm black and you black, so you got to do it. Don't question me. Just go behind me. Who cares if nothing changes for you? Just do what I say because I know better than you do. Mindy Kaling. Thank you, boo. Yeah, Mindy Kaling is the name of the chef. Thank you, Lawrence. That she was over there and they was talking about the Indian traditions and what they do and all that, you know, whatever it is that they do. They was talking all about it and her roots and her mama and all this, but you got these niggas telling you that she's black. Y'all, okay. This nigga sitting up here telling you, we want something for our vote. Who you think you talking to? You want something back? You mean you want something for something that you're doing? What? That's just crazy talk. That's when you become a white supremacist talking points, because you should just give your everything to people, get nothing in return, then wonder why you don't ever get anywhere, you don't get anything, and you don't go anywhere. That's why y'all where you are. That's fine though. If y'all like it, I love it. That's not how it works over here, but y'all like it. I love it. Shout out to One True. I haven't seen you. Shout out to you, boo. Shout out to everybody that is here, trolls and all, because all views matter. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are normal.
Listen to me. If you do not vote, the analytics will show. They know how many women vote, they know the age you are when you vote. If we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time?
Alley oops for Kamala Harris.
Hold on. If we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time? So the vote only matters the next time. The vote don't matter this time. Y'all listen to this country, nigga. The votes only matter next time. Ain't that? It's always kicking the can down the road. It's always kicking the can down the road. And these are the people that are supposedly going to do the best for black people. Child, I don't need it. I don't need it. Thank you, boo. He said Steve high off can bathtub greens allegedly. Maybe it is, child. Maybe it is. He on something allegedly, but maybe it is the greens. Maybe he happy to have her here at wherever this was. I forget. We watched this, of course. Well, at least this part of it. There ain't no way I'm going to sit here and listen to her laugh. She over there cheesing. Girl, where the shit at? Looking at her webpage. Ain't nothing there. And then she finally put some shit up. All it does is reference Donald Trump. Girl, how to help me? When all you do is talk about Donald Trump on your website trying to become president? And then imagine if that heifer was president right now, but I guess if she was, then we wouldn't know about all the fraud going on in Minnesota. You don't have the fraudulent, the person that's in charge of all that fraud down there in Minnesota as the vice damn president. Okay. John, whatever y'all say.
Listen to me. If you do not vote, the analytics will show. They know how many women vote, they know the age you are when you vote. If we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time?
If we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time? If we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time? Child, whatever, child. Y'all keep believing these niggas. I don't give a fuck what y'all believe.
Oops for Kamala Harris to dump.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. This has no bearing on me whatsoever. I just know these niggas don't give a fuck about no black people. They care about their damn self, their D9, their pocketbooks, and the Boule. And they need y'all to get behind them so that they can continue to get. You don't have to believe me. I don't give a fuck what y'all believe because y'all the ones worrying about people liking you. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. DL Hughley can kiss my ass. Steve Harvey can kiss my ass. And honestly, Ricky can too. All they sitting up here is saying that you got to be scared and you going back in chains. Whoever that other dude we saw earlier, you're going to be put back in chains in the cotton fields. I ain't never been in chains. I ain't never been in the cotton fields. And all you alleged men, you just as low testosterone as well listening to these niggas. You sitting up here listening to these people that's shit. Steve Harvey then backed way the fuck up when they got him in line after he went to talk to Donald Trump. Got right back in line. That's a real man. So you had another man tell your ass what to do. That's what y'all do. So men listen that when other men tell them what to do. I wouldn't want a man like that. And thank God I don't have that. He gonna stand the fuck up because he's a man and don't need no other man to tell him who to vote for, how to vote, and what he should do just because he's black. But good luck to y'all.
It's not journalism. That is political public relations distributed through black media. He wasn't hiding it. He told the audience he was helping the administration get the word out. He acknowledged that he was not there to ask any hard-hitting questions whatsoever. Imagine having direct access to the Vice President of the United States in a room full of influential black men during an election in which black voters were being asked to save the Democratic Party once again. And you
save the Democrats. Why y'all always needing some saving, child? Always need some saving. Y'all didn't even think about Cornel West one damn bit. No, don't even think about Cornel West. He more black than these niggas. Cornel West is very intelligent, but he's not married to a black woman. I'm sure that makes a difference. But Ketanji can be married to a white man, and so can Cam, and it's acceptable. But white people are bad. Only when black men are married to white people are they bad. But when black women are married to white people, it's all good in the hood. Nobody got an issue with it. Don Lemon is married to a white man. He's so pro-black and go. Anyway.
Your strategy is to throw alley-oops. Not one question demanding a specific reparations commitment. Not one question demanding a measurable black economic agenda. Just political sports center. Steve then lectured black people about voting. He argued that nobody would give black people reparations if we wouldn't vote. But black voters have been voting. Black voters have been delivering extraordinary support to Democratic presidential candidates for 6+ decades. The problem has never been that black people refuse to vote. The problem is that our votes are treated like prepaid debit cards that everybody else gets to swipe. Dr. Umar later challenged Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and DL Hughley to debate whether the Democratic Party truly serves black people.
Steve Harvey, DL Hughley, Ricky Smiley versus Dr. Umar Ifat.
Child, that's the same difference as Tatum issuing the same thing. Those people are not going to sit up there and go talk to nobody, because then they'd actually have to talk to someone that has some fucking pushback, which is what Cam had to get when she went to talk to that dude from Fox. They don't want no pushback. They want to be around the same people so they can get a lob, like Steve says. And these are people that's supposed to be working with world powers and shit. Child, please.
Tunde, is the Democratic Party the party of African people? Roland Martin can join into. Dr. Umar wants to come on y'all show and debate you 3-on-1. And if y'all need Roland to help you out, Roland can come too.
However, before Hughley steps up to the plate, he would throw in one condition. On Instagram, right?
Always this with this one. Always this Q sign with this one. Always.
I accept Umar's challenge to a debate under one simple small condition. We have it live in the auditorium of his school. Me and my cornrows will be waiting.
I ain't gonna lie. What DL said was funny. That's great comedy, but still no debate about the Democratic Party, because comedy is not evidence. Sarcasm is not policy result. Asking where the school is does not explain where black political return on investment is. You can't claim power when it's time to celebrate and then deny your influence when it's time for accountability. If you run the airwaves, you help run the narrative. If you lob questions to political candidates so they can dunk, you are helping the candidate. And if you help run the narrative, then the audience has every right to audit what that narrative produced. And we cannot discuss the management of black political opinion without discussing Roland Martin. Roland Martin built Roland Martin Unfiltered.
Oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. Shout out to Rolly Roll.
Lost each other. Yes, I'm speaking to you. Lost each other. Where you fleeing to? Lost each other. Yes, I'm speaking to you. Lost each other. Where you fleeing to? I got into my Uber. What did I see?
By telling black America that independent media was necessary because corporate media wouldn't properly represent us. On that point, he was right. He created his own platform on YouTube, built a direct relationship with his audience, raised money from that audience, and positioned himself as one of the most informed and aggressive voices in black political media. But independent ownership does not automatically produce independent politics, because
Is it an independent ownership when we all on the same platform? How is that independent? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
When the Democratic Party needs a policy defended, a candidate protected, a criticism redirected, or a skeptical black voter corrected, Roland Martin frequently becomes the emergency spokesperson. He doesn't merely analyze the Democratic Party. Too often, he argues the case for the Democratic Party. And those
as he just came out 2 weeks ago and said that the Democrats never do anything for black people. But I know y'all don't like to hear those things when they admittedly admit in front of your faces that they're full of shit. And you just be like, that's not true. That's not what he meant. Democrats never do anything for black people. The black lady said the same thing. And then they said, go vote for Democrats. And y'all still listen to these niggas. Y'all like it? I love it.
not the same job. Reporting asks, what did the politician deliver? Political advocacy asks, how can I help the audience understand why the politician deserves more time? Roland will challenge Republicans aggressively. Good. Republicans should be challenged. Where's that same energy when black voters ask Democrats for specific policies?
Nope, none of that. Nope, because Republicans are racist. So you're allowed to say something to them. But we know white people on the Democratic side are not racist.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black.
White people on the Democratic side are not racist. I mean, they are white. They're just not racist. It's only over there that they're racist.
Where's the marathon interrogation about reparations, other than poo-pooing it because you've been paid to? Where's the scorecard documenting what decades of black electoral loyalty has produced? Where's the outrage when immigrants, LGBTQ organizations, unions, environmental groups, and every other Democratic constituency arrive with written demands while black voters are told democracy itself is our reward based on what our ancestors fought for? Roland's greatest weapon is information. He knows legislation, he knows political history, he knows the players, he knows the process. But knowledge becomes gatekeeping when it's primarily used to explain why the audience's dissatisfaction is uninformed instead of forcing the political establishment to answer for the dissatisfaction.
The right person is not there yet, Dave. Al just said it. You got to get the right people in there. Shout out to Grape Tea. Old niggas got to go. But they ain't trying to let go nothing. They going to hang on with the same shit that just don't work, but they swear it works.
Independent media should make politicians uncomfortable. It shouldn't merely be a place where the audience becomes more comfortable with the politicians. Roland Martin calls his platform unfiltered. Beautiful. Then the account.
The problem is that if YouTube say you got to go, you got to go. You can call it independent if you would like. That's fine. If YouTube says you got to go, you got to go. That's how it works. As a YouTuber, Roland ain't no different than me, even though these people think that they are. It's the same thing. YouTube say no, the answer is no.
Accountability should be unfiltered too, especially when you're getting multiple six-figure payoffs from Kamala Harris and the DNC to advertise when all you do is a puff piece interview. Now let's follow the gatekeeping operation from cable.
Not a puff piece interview. That's Cam's specialty. So she can sit there and laugh and everybody say, oh, she's so happy. We have to vote for her because she's so happy. And she's allegedly black, which she isn't, but that works for y'all. Just like as long as Nolan's mother says she phenotypically identifies as a black woman, there you go.
Television to YouTube. Joy Reid reportedly earned millions of dollars annually at MSNBC. When MSNBC canceled the readout, Reid moved to independent digital media and YouTube. She described the transition as liberating. Don Lemon was fired from CNN. He launched the Don Lemon Show, expanded across YouTube and other platforms, and built an independent audience. Losing a corporate job doesn't mean that somebody should disappear. Hell, I'm living proof of that. They had every right to build their own platforms. The question is whether leaving the corporation changed the political function. Did the message change? Did the range of acceptable black political opinion expand? Did previously marginalized voices receive meaningful access? Did the gatekeeper stop gatekeeping? Or did the plantation simply become creator-owned? When MSNBC and CNN employed these personalities, corporations absorb the expense. Now the audience becomes the employer. You provide the views, you provide the subscriptions, you provide the memberships, you provide the super chats, you provide the algorithmic engagement. The corporate gatekeeper becomes an independent creator while carrying the same political relationships and narrative boundaries onto a new platform. They got fired from the plantation, but they didn't necessarily abandon its politics. They moved the operation to YouTube and asked the audience to pay the rent. That's not liberation for the community unless the conversation becomes liberated too. Now let's follow the money inside the civil rights nonprofit class. Publicly available IRS filings show that Mark Morial's reported compensation from the National Urban League and its related benefits have exceeded well over $1 million. Recent NAACP-related filings have placed Derek Johnson's reported compensation above $800,000 annually.
Shout out to Derek Johnson. Shout out to him. I like it. I love it. Shout out to him for make that money. Don't let it make you.
Sharpton's National Action Network reported more than $10 million in annual revenue in its 2024 filing, while Sharpton's reported compensation was approximately $465,000. Now, let me be precise.
Shout out to Al. You doing the damn thing, boo. And I promise you, they ain't living around here a bunch of black people. They over there. Al is over there in Manhattan, in downtown Manhattan, getting up every morning doing his exercises around those white people that y'all supposed to be scared of.
A high salary does not automatically prove corruption. Running a national organization requires experience, fundraising, administration, media skills, and political relationships. But high compensation creates a higher obligation to demonstrate, results. You can't.
But I thought everybody was upset about the fact that all these CEOs make all this money. I mean, I know they make substantially more than these people do, but the only way that they're going to make some money is for people that's buying shit. y'all ain't stopped buying Amazon, and you're not going to. Notice no one asked you to boycott Amazon, even though they was upset that all those black people. Remember when the black people went to that shit in New York, child? What is it called? Where they go and dress up and look crazy? What is that thing called? Where they go and they just dress up in weird shit, and then they go party, and then they pay like I don't know, $100,000, $10,000 to go, and then they all the black people was upset because they said you're not supposed to go, you're supposed to boycott what is his name, Bezos. Y'all supposed to be boycotting Bezos too. Who gave up their damn membership? Bueller. Who gave up their damn membership? You know what I'm talking about? I forget, they do it once a year. Met Gala. Thank you, Fa. Yes, the Met Gala. And Taraji over here, all outraged her and a lot of people, but Jennifer Lewis, not Comic-Con, all outraged.
Hey, is everybody on track? Cause this Friday ain't black. Cause we ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. Well, I stand up and never quit. We ain't buying shit. From the 25th of November to the 5th of December. Remember, we ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. This Friday ain't black. Cause we got each other's back. We ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. We ain't buying. We ain't buying. We ain't buying shit. Shaka Khan.
Shout out to Jennifer Lewis, child. Listen to Jennifer Lewis. She for the blacks too. Wait. What white man was she with? What y'all say is some goofball child. What white man was Jennifer Lewis with? It's amazing how all these people talking about me, in my opinion, and I'm a white supremacist, but all the people you listen to, they certainly like dealing with white people. They certainly like fucking white people, like literally. What's the men that Jennifer Lewis was with, y'all? The white man. It's like, oh, Lord have mercy. I know you got it. Let me know.
Can't collect executive compensation and then evaluate your performance with applause, hashtag, and inspirational quotations. If you're receiving executive level pay, give us executive level accountability. Where to know? While Sharpton's reported compensation was approximately $465,000. Now, let me be precise. A high salary does not automatically prove corruption. Running a national organization requires experience, fundraising, administration, media skills, and political relationships. But high compensation creates a higher obligation to demonstrate, results. You can't collect executive compensation and then evaluate your performance with applause, hashtag, and inspirational quotations. If you're receiving executive level pay, give us executive level accountability. Where the numbers at? Where the timelines at? Where's the independently verified scorecard? What conditions improved? What policies changed? How many people benefited? What was the economic value? How long did the improvement last? Black suffering can't remain the only product that consistently appreciates. According to the Federal Reserve's 2022 survey on consumer finances, the median black family held approximately $44,000.
Whoopi was with Ted Danson. That I do know and remember. I didn't know that. Ted Turner, I thought he was with Jane Fonda. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, John Voight. Yes, John Voight. I feel like there was another one, but it definitely was him. I mean, we could go over that list again, but it is what it is. It's all good. It's all good if it's the good white people. And then Ricky will say, oh no, we can't be around white people. You gotta boycott white people because I'm scared of white people. Y'all gotta be scared of white people. And y'all gonna become slaves because of white people. And y'all gonna be kicking cotton because of white people. Y'all listen to that nigga. Okay. Go ahead, child. Amanda dresses up in a dress. Rachel, thank you, boo. She said, you're right. Reverend Al lives in Gramercy Park, ultra rich area in the city, not MLK Boulevard. I hate when a ninja doesn't know and sent the text, shaking my head, child. These people want to believe whatever they want to believe. I don't care. The shit that we're saying today and what Dave is, from what I'm paying attention to, because I'm half paying attention to him, I'm half paying attention to the chat, is absolutely true. About the Boule and the D9, that's absolutely true. All those people got that connection, actually. And, you know, it is what it is. It works. Let it work. Who cares? Y'all want to follow it? Y'all want to be led blindly? Be led blindly. What do I care? So DL Hughley can sit up here and do everything he does. He's wonderful. I'm sitting up here with a different opinion and I'm the problem. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All these black women who are 92% of the Democratic Party who love black people so much, and it's all the black people, all married to these white men, including Don Lemon. They go home fucking white people, but they're for all black people. That doesn't matter. You saying that I care about white people? I don't give a fuck about white people. They give a fuck about white people. That's why they married them. My husband is black. Their significant others are white. And then black people get upset about it with anybody else, and when it's a black man, but not when it's a black woman. Shout out to the 92%. Hold on, I can't even get the mouse over here. Shout out to RB, and he said, I hate when people don't know sarcasm and send a text. Child. Anyway. Who was with Harvey Weinstein? Jennifer Lewis? Child, stop it. Harvey Weinstein's a jackass. He right where he belonged. But he was going after, only person I remember him is really going after was Angelina Jolie, and maybe it wasn't her. It was that girl that had that movie with Harvey. Child, I don't know. It's a long time ago. But anyway. I don't think you be paying attention. I think you really need to go get some help. You hear what you want to hear. These are one of these jackasses who are really not here to hear anything, to listen. They're just here to spout off at the mouth. You just hear spouting off at the mouth. The people, the black people, most of them do not like Clarence Thomas. You can lie all you want to. DL Hughley just said that when he was speaking. He can talk about white people, but then he can go over to Vlad, of what you colored said is a culture vulture. But go ahead and make Vlad money. Go ahead and continue to go see Vlad. That white person is okay, but then they call him a culture vulture. Do you see how idiotic y'all sound? Y'all listen to DL Hughley, a man that cheats on his wife and has a child out of wedlock while married to his wife, and you can forgive that. But because some of us don't go along with the get along, then we're the white supremacists and we're the problem, and we love white people. I don't be talking about no fucking white people. I don't be talking about no fucking white people. I don't give a shit what they do. Y'all worried about them. Racist white people, I ain't gonna change their mind. I don't give a fuck about them. Y'all do. Because y'all think you're gonna change somebody. You ain't gonna change nothing and nobody except your damn self. And y'all ain't even smart enough to realize that. You wanna listen to these motherfuckers that keep getting rich, keep delivering y'all to the Democrats, and y'all always complain they don't ever do nothing in the hood. They don't ever do nothing to help black people. Somebody brought up it. Remember we was talking the other day, y'all. No, when we was watching that replay from Monday's show, and somebody brought up that arena girl that got taken out on the subway with the black guy. And they was talking to, I forget what they was really saying about that, but when they were talking, I was like, well, child, didn't they get an arenas law out of that? So she was a refugee or an immigrant or something. She got taken on up out of here by some black dude, and they quickly put arenas law or something like that into place. Black people still ain't getting shit. Your Boule people who got political connections ain't working to give y'all shit, and y'all still waiting for them to give you shit. If you don't go get your shit, you ain't gonna get it. Just like Generation Z, they can sit here and wait for something and say that it's all Generation X's fault. It's all Generation baby boomers' fault. And they don't want to work, don't work. Be out on the street. I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. I got nothing to give. I got nothing to give. So shout out to y'all. Keep listening to these motherfuckers. But let me say, as far as DL is concerned, most of y'all already know I can't stand that nigga. And I can't stand most of these people that say that they give a damn, because they don't. They're just up here getting paid, including Jamal Bryant. Now he's jumping on this Nolan Wells stuff. And it is what it is. So you do what you do. I don't care. Just don't be mad at nobody else because of what they believe in, just because it's not what you do. Think what you want. I don't care. But 3 hours, child, y'all already know I'm hungry. Plus, I got to go to Dollar General. But I appreciate all of y'all, even the trolls, because all views matter. And all that gets me paid. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button for me. Hit the dislike button. I don't give a damn. Subscribe if you are normal. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what we will talk about, but shout out to the mods. I appreciate you. Shout out to all the channel members. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to those that have some common sense and can at least listen without being butthurt and trying to blame somebody else and say there's something wrong with them just because they don't believe what I believe in. I see you all in the...
And now another anti-ruckus rant brought to you by the community. Viewer and audio discretion is highly advised.
The community wants to take the word and hold up hoes, whores, OF people, people who put out STD-named lip gloss, people who have slept with anybody and everybody at any time, people who talk about the AB clinic like they going to McDonald's, people who just say whatever comes to their mind, people who make songs about scamming, people who like people to pee on them, people who like to hang out with people that could be ABCD, but because they have enough money, it's okay. And then say that that's woman empowerment. So to be a whore is woman empowerment, and that's who runs the community. Y'all stand up for whores, and everybody's just supposed to go along with it. People like Tigger go along with it. Eddie Winslow, whatever his name is, allegedly goes along with it. And people are talking about white people are the problem. Colors, white people are not the problem. I don't care, say what you want, white people is not the problem with the community. It's the fact that black people listen to famous people with yellow hair, pink hair, blue hair, nose rings, eye rings, tongue rings, lip rings, cheek rings, throat rings, boob rings. That's the problem. Liberals, progressives, and Democrats, that's the problem. Unfortunately, it always comes back to political, because none of these people have subscribed would be a conservative person, even though black people are supposed to be conservative. And I still would like someone to answer the question. I know it's not a video that people are liking. That's okay. It's still there to watch. Which ancestor would come back today and say, thank you all for continuing my legacy? Which one? Name them. Which one? Name them. Will come back today and say, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you for continuing all my hard work. You're doing spades, child. Y'all are doing spades. So glad that I risked my life so that you all could become fucking whores. Whores don't run my fucking life. They do not run me or my community. And I don't hang out with motherfuckers that don't make any sense. Y'all can have that shit. Y'all can listen to caricature all the fuck you want to. Fuck that nigga. You can listen to that funky tether over there that's telling you to your face that Democrats ain't done shit for you, and then turn around and say, keep voting for them. And then you want to turn around and act like white people are your problem when you got all these niggas in your face lying to you, and you still believe them. And then you'll make some fucked up excuse because you fucked up and say, but black people do it too. But black people do it too. And yet black bitches always looking at white people for what the fuck it is that they do, and then turn around talking about racism. Make it make sense. I still ain't seen to where, child, what is her name? Blonde hair. Child, the ESPN ex-person, child. You know what I'm talking about.
In the state of Pennsylvania,